and more meta supports like a net, for example, because his lumber ain't working out.
So far it's business as usual. Elsu, Florentino, and Richter are the bans.
Let the Darcy through.
Let the Darcy through.
Breathe
I'm going to join in here. Let the Darcy through.
No, don't do it. Actually, Enix, you're trolling if you do this, because Darcy is so powerful.
Oh well.
So, yes, this should be a lock-in, and it is, just letting our hearts palpitate for a little bit longer, but that means Sephiroth will come through as the first pickup for Yugen Dynasty, meaning they've won, ostensibly, the first phase of the draft.
Well, you say won the first phase of the draft. This is so, like...
But they got...
So normal, isn't it?
Yeah, this is standard, but they got the Sephiroth.
Hold on.
That's good.
Don't forget there's Varus available, right?
I always
There's
forget about
Annette.
Varus, because she has no impact in that.
There is Tulin, that is a very powerful pick for that mid lane. So let's see what they're going to prioritize here. But I think from perspective of Enix, I would love to see they prioritize a key support like a Baldum, which we know is very strong.
And Annette, given Shaken's history.
Yeah.
Or
this.
the teamy Telenos double side lane duo power farming the Telenos of 80s hero into the late game.
Yeah, and don't forget, Teamy's passive Scavenge gives 25% extra gold because that little guy with Teamy, the bro, he picks up gold on the entire battlefield and gives his allies that extra boost, and giving that to Telenos, that adds up over time.
Strangely specific on the child labor, but I appreciate it. Teamy and Telenos function very well as a duo. Like you're saying, that scavenge passive is really strong. You'd couple it with a water stone.
Yeah.
And you're giving the Telenos more gold for killing minions.
Yeah, it's called hyper farming a specific hero, and Teamy is known to do that. But if they do that, that means the other side of the map is going to be at risk because Teamy's always with Telenos, kind of babysitting her. Yes, the Baldum gets picked up by Chicken here. It is exactly what I would love to see. And Varus is going to pick. That's a very solid draft from Yugen Dynasty so far.
Yeah, Varus and Baldum locked in.
That will be joined by a Varus and a Baldum. I'm very excited for that duo because that means that you're going to get to see strong engage and strong stun. The Baldum on Chicken is one of my favorites to watch.
Now with Teamy and Telenos, I think Crash is going to be out of the picture. That Telenos is most likely going to go to 80s hero in the bottom lane. I'm wondering what Yugen is going to pick for Dual Spirals. Probably and hopefully the Joker, because Dual Spirals Joker play is pretty fantastic to watch.
I just woke up though, so give me a second.
And with this, I feel like they will probably prioritize like a really strong early game, like Tulin here, so that they can fend off the weakness of... Okay, never mind. It's going to be an Omen, the weakness of Telenos in the early game.
I think Enix are content to play this out because they feel like they can scale the Telenos quickly enough with that Teamy that it doesn't matter they're ostensibly weak. They have a strong split lane in the Omen into the Varus.
Yeah. And we forget it's Hitman on that Omen, TJ.
Oh, yes.
Last weekend, Hitman was on a roll and literally taking names from his opponents.
They'll be playing into, what, Dual Spirals in the split lane? Him or Veil?
No, he's probably play against Veil because Dual Spirals will play Dragon against 80s hero in the Dragon lane. So that's why I think Joker will probably be banned here and denied from Dual Spirals, because you want to put him on a hero that he's not as effective on. For example, he's tried to play Malik and so on, and it hasn't been worked out as well for them. You
want to take away answers to the Telenos?
That's correct, yeah. Don't give Dual Spirals Joker.
The most obvious answer to that is the long-range poke of the Joker.
Yep.
You could also see something like a Wisp if you wanted to go range into that side lane. It'll be Lindis first, another solid answer at that range side lane.
And I like that ban so far because they're targeting these ADCs that they know
Wisp will give them the range that they need to do an ult to stay safe.
And also maybe potentially the Kid. Who knows what the Kid is really great on, because maybe he has a really solid Lindis. But I do like the bans going towards the ADC for the second phase from Enix here.
Baldum will give their team a lot of strong engage, but Yugen Dynasty don't have any sustained punish to that yet. Be it side lane marksman, which they could very much pull out, or a jungle marksman, which is still viable if you're running like Violent, that's kind of it. But there are options for that sustained backline punish, and I believe they're going for that because they've expressed an interest in banning out dive assassins like the Nacron.
Yeah, don't forget there's also Morin, but Rioma, a very solid pick.
I don't know, man.
We've also seen some Marja show up as well, so there's still a lot of side laners that they can pick, and I feel like they're probably going to try to ban another ADC here. Oh, the Crush instead. Okay, I stand corrected. Oh, never mind. Quillen.
I don't mind.
Quillen. Wow. Okay. Monday plays Quillen, but does the kid play Quillen too?
I'm very curious to see what Yugen Dynasty are going to be running, because they're both teams have decided to ban out assassin jungles, which says to me both teams are probably going to be looking towards ranged characters in the jungle. I'd be surprised if Enix stuck with that, because they already have the Telenas, but they banned out the most obvious pickup with the Telenas, which would be the Quillen.
That's correct, and Joker's still open for dual spirals. Are they going to go ahead and give over or take the Tulin here and save the last pick? Or are they going to go ahead and secure their second, their jungler, such like an assassin, like Murad or something?
Do you think Violet might come in? We've seen Enix play with Violet.
Tulin, yep.
We saw Enix play with Violet last time they played.
YD should pick, Joker, and they should pick Kali. Not Vera, pick Kali.
No. Oh!
We kept seeing Vera support today in solo.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh shit! They need the jungle.
It wasn't. I like the Zill pickup too. The key is they have to make sure.
They went Violet.
Wait, Violet jungle?
Yeah,
no way.
Going...
If they pick Violet jungle, that's actually very dangerous, because Zill and Joker and Sephiroth and Baldum are going to have a really easy time engaging that line. Wait.
But
they're
Enix have done it before.
Lane.
Enix have done it before. They played Violet in the jungle, double marksman. They've done it before.
But Violet makes sense because of Baldum's fucking
Wonder Woman would be really great here because she offers a lot of protection. She's great in the jungle, and you could just let Tel Honest and the Tulin scale to the late game. And also her Braces of Submission gives a nice shield and barrier to her team if they're standing behind her. And that's a great measure to use as a counter.
I'm pretty sure Banana said you should have said Weirdo jungle, but no.
Putting a draft together that is
over the sound?
well balanced against their opposition.
Oh, it's because I moved my mic. Hold on, bro.
Like to play, because I was expecting Violet. I was expecting a double marks pick.
Let me check if my mic got turned down.
The
last time they ran it, they benefited from having a Superman, which ran interception for it, and they don't have that in this composition. Not to mention they're against a substantially worse enemy draft to run double marksman into. So they instead kind of full focus on the Telenas. They're relying entirely on being able to power farm that Telenas in side lane, get her into game early, and her doing the vast majority of the damage with that Tulin.
Is that better?
Yeah, and also double marksman would be so risky into the Zill. Zill is an assassin that excels at getting to your back line, stacking his wind marks from the wind blades, and then ulting with tornado. And then he can literally delete both ADCs once he has his late game build with Apocalypse. So that's going to be a key power spike.
It's the tournament setup. That's why Homer.
For that reason, I actually do think Yugen Dynasty won this draft phase. I do think that there is one condition for their victory, that is shutting down the side lane Telenas, and they have the tools to do that. If they do that, they win the video game.
I wouldn't have picked. I wouldn't have picked Tulin, and here's why. Pick Tulin is a character that has to go all in, and they have Baldum, Varus, and Safar, which are basically characters that you're not supposed to get close to. They prefer distance. So like you could out distance them with Kali. So pick like instead of picking the Tulin, it's like why would you do that? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but they have Tulin. Tulin in the mid lane is going to give that pressure and allow them potentially take the first dragon. So we'll see.
We will see. Game number 1 between Enix and Yugen Dynasty. The playoff dreams of both North American teams on the lines. We start off with a strong invade. Yugen Dynasty having to defend against all this as the Pooty Poot stun comes through. The kid does get the golem. And Vaor is here as well. They're able to turn things round, knocking Hitman quite low. With the Bloody Kiss landing a lot of damage, but the Wild Charge can't land.
Dead if they help.
It's Caretaker who's the lowest on the board. I don't think even he will fall.
Yeah, Caretaker's in big trouble.
Told you.
And January full commits, Water Spirits. It's not enough for a disengage, but there's the trade. Chicken comes out on top. I don't know that Johnny 5 can find this kill either.
Exactly. What did I say, bro? You can't go Tulin when there's a Baldum and a Baldum, a Safar, and a Varus. You can't do that. You go Kali, bro. You need somebody that could poke, get in, get out. That's it. So Raz would have been fine. Kali would have been fine.
Chicken.
Hell, you would have been better off with fucking Crixie.
For revenge, but they can't get close. The Eagle Eye won't connect.
And Natalia.
The wall scares back AD's hero. Let's Chicken escape back into the brush.
I love that they're just constantly giving each other these aggressive plays here.
Because what happens when Wonder Woman comes out of the jungle, she braces when the team fight happens, and then it allows Kali or Natalya to just put, not only just like you get the stun off the braces, but you can get the slow, and you can get obviously the damage from Natalie's too, and then you all off that bracers and they're dead. You melt all of them. So you have the ability to melt multiple characters. If you use someone like Kali, you have the ability to melt particularly one character because obviously people can block. So why would you pick Tolan on characters with heavy engage tools? Like, it's just dumb. Like, that's not where it's at, Chief.
There will be no trade.
Yeah, what a good rotation by Johnny there. Seeing how low the kid was, he kind of stuck around too long. He needed to get away there.
Sly might be too far forward. He doesn't have hold yet. Chicken tries to intervene, but he can't save him. That's the second kill in a few moments, maybe the third. Short-lived over to Enix. Is not even dual spirals can save that fight. Naturally, he's in trouble as well. Johnny 5 continuing to chase back. The rocket goes.
You need to back up. You need to back up. You need to back up.
The flicker is all that takes Spirals to safety.
Yeah, that was a fully charged Pooty Poops. And look at the Dragon. Johnny's put himself in a really tough spot right here.
Very tough spot, given his low HP. Veyor just tried to full commit through. Now it's Caretaker, the focus. A bit low for the Yugen. Veyor in trouble, but he won't go down.
This is insane how much they're fighting back for. Both teams are spending too much time when they're low HP, and it's opening up opportunities with the Zill at first, and then now with a Wonder Woman, and it's going back and forth. So they're pretty evenly matched right now, TJ.
This is the aggression we expect from North America.
Yeah, I love the aggression and how they're taking advantage of it. The kid was able to secure the Dragon for Yugen, so that keeps it ahead from a level standpoint, but now they need to convert this to more.
Johnny 5 in trouble, will get out. Sly, though, with the tides of life, has got Caretaker again. 80s hero wheels into the fight and will do a lot of damage, but they can't finish off the kills. And Johnny 5 himself...
Look at that, Johnny's dead. Because you can't go into those group of people, bro. What? Oh my god, a minion! A minion! A minion kills Safara!
From the jungle minion. What greedy plays by both teams, and they're paying the price for it. But you can see the aggression that's coming from Yugen. They know they have the Dragon. They're trying to push their lead. This is exactly what you don't want with the Zill composition here.
I said the focus for Yugen Dynasty needed to be on shutting down 80's hero. Are they doing a good job of that?
Right now,
I don't know what just happened.
He has died once. He's not in the huge goal.
Oh shit, he's subscribed for Prime. Thank you for the subscription for the Prime, I appreciate it.
But the key here is Sly. Sly is making such great
Novella
plays
series,
on
week
Sephiroth.
7. Hold on.
Welcome
Welcome to the Hero Club.
Of the Varus for the
yeah, it was failed. They went too hard. You can't do that.
Has the interception.
Dude, they have this game if they're just patient. They have the engaged tools to outright win these fights. But when you're trying to outpoke this team, that's dumb. They have Tolan and they have Tilianis. So why would you try to outpoke them? You wait for the fights to happen, you go all in, and then but you don't chase. You take what you can and you back the fuck out. Like, excuse my language, you back the heck out and you're fine.
3 times as well, so you gotta be careful.
They wanted 80s, almost a full commit onto it. They only had 1 minion though, so they just need a few tower shots for their trouble.
That's one thing I like about 80's hero. He does such a good job staying safe under his tower.
Veyor does get poked a bit up top as well. The non-stop action threatens every member of Enix across the board.
Yeah, every part of the map, TJ, has non-stop action. And as we talked about all the action going on, Zill takes the Dragon.
Yugen Dynasty get their second of the game, continuing.
Like, see how he's third. See how Chicken's chasing? Why would you chase?
To a fight in mid as Veyor barely survives up top. Caretaker should be in big
trouble. Don't chase that. They have cuffs. Dude, exactly. What did I say was going to happen? Don't do. Oh my god. As soon as I said cuffs happens, look what happens.
Maybe in more trouble yet as Sly needs to bail, and I don't think he can.
Hitman with that play there.
He keeps going. Surely that's too far.
Bro, what is he doing?
This game is turning out. They're so aggressive, but Hitman came and rotated down, got the kill on the kid there, and then the Death Bacon pulling both Sly.
Yeah, Sly always sit in the middle to try to pick up a kill on Tolan, who can flash out. They're playing horribly. They're not synchronizing. They have great team fight synergy, and they're just wasting it.
Yeah, and that's the key there. These rotations. And Johnny 5, you're in a tough position here. Goodbye.
He's dead.
He is gone.
And that's the power of Zill, TJ. Zill is so dangerous. If you're solo by yourself like that, and that ultimate tornado fully lands on you, you're pretty much gonna die here. And you can see that he's starting to scale
that
up
wasn't smart.
to his build.
So you went and Zill into a teamy and a tail? Look at that. Like, why would you do that?
Start mattering. Caretaker's low. January as well. The full brawl though goes to the kid again, walking away.
Valley just doesn't have the damage she needs.
They're gonna take the mid tower as well here.
Bayor up in the top lane is still dueling Hitman and wasn't able to land his
If Tal had Devils, that might have been a whole different fight,
but he could win the lifesteal, and I'm not sure he
dead.
does. Hitman's got the kill. The rest of the rotate from Yugen is here though, and he can't win that 1v2 as the tides of life confirm the trend.
Yeah, what a nice positioning by Chicken there to knock him back into place and secure that kill. But Vare, honestly, although he died there, he's doing a good job of holding that top lane against Hitman, because we know how good Hitman is on this Omen, and he normally dominates that Dark Slayer lane, and right now he's not.
Dude, Tolan's about to bully the Zill because he's solo.
I'm very worried. He only has 4.1k gold. Zill and the Joker are pretty much Zill.
Oh, nice. Nice burst by the Joker.
5,000 gold, and that's not looking good for them.
Does that mean Enix win the late game?
They will if Tel'Anis gets to late game. Tel'Anis is going to be really hard to dive on because of the amount of protection they have for her.
Johnny 5, the focus here in the mid lane.
See, look, see how they're chasing 2v3s? Look at it. Like, why are you doing, bro? You know your Zeal just went back to base, and you're gonna go chase a 2v3 as Baldwin and Sephara? Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. These are pro teams, by the way.
Almost disposed of as quickly, but he spends the essence to win for a full commit to chase down 2 spirals. Has his own shield, will be able to flicker to safety. The chase is on, and I'm not sure
this is no fight to be had. There's no reason. Zill's gonna try to chase and clean up the Tolan. He can't get it. Honestly, out flicker. Look, and then now they kill him. Now they kill him. Now they kill him. You leave that fight outright. You lost your jungle. You just rotate. Instead of trying to take that fight, Zill should go across the field and take the red side for Wonder Woman, because the Wonder Woman is in his red jungle. So he's uncontested. Let those people die. Build your fucking farm. I mean, build your farm, bro. Like, what are you doing? You cannot win that fight. There's a Tal, there's a Wonder Woman, and a Teamy in the field, and Tolan left the fight earlier. What do you, like, you can't do that. That's just simple knowledge.
To Enix, honestly, because they are the ones that are behind, and they have the more late game composition, so the fact that they're able to get even now is looking really solid.
The gold is dead even, though, 400 apart.
Definitely, and now Enix, this is their chance to make sure they're careful. 80s Hero might be putting himself in a tough position here. He's got to be careful for the kid there. The kid wants to laser focus.
Does Baldwin have ring? No, Baldwin doesn't have ring.
And he's really invading for it, constantly finding pressure, pushing into the enemy jungle. And that's why there's a 3-man gank, 4-man gank squad down in the bot lane for Yugen, as Enix try and focus up top.
Yeah, you can see here the top, speaking of the top, TJ, Hitman is going ahead with this Omen. He's the gold level is ahead. He's constantly farming, and as a result, they're going to start putting pressure on his top lane.
Bayor will be the target of a concerted effort. He's got to be calling now that he sees 3 Enix members. We'll see what you can do with that knowledge as Bayor needs to brawl down bottom. He's got the Venom spent. That'll give him lifesteal, but not nearly enough. Down bottom, the brawl rages though. 80s Hero will eat at tides of life. He's got the essence of the wind shielding and the resurrect. Oh, but the wild prison, it is perfect. As they emerge, they're going to be deleted. 2 kills and trade for 1 and tower. Yugen Dynasty must do more with this opportunity.
Yeah, what an amazing turnaround there for Yugen Dynasty. I thought Enix was able to get 1 kill there, but
they're getting 2 towers.
Prison comes up just in time to have them win that fight.
They got 2 towers over 2 kills.
Back in favor of Yugen Dynasty.
They choose Dragon over the tower. Baldwin rotates over to try to do what?
If you're the team
clear the farm,
slightly behind,
that's it. Baldwin would have been better served to help to clear that dragon because of his 2 does more damage to minions and jungle monsters than it does people. So like, what are you gonna do? You can't support anything. So you go check the bush for vision, see that no one's there, come back, help clear the dragon, then you take the tower, which luckily they did.
Enix here, and they have to try to get on this 80s Hero Tel'Anis.
They do see Caretaker in mid. They will focus him down. 80s Hero, egged up by the Wild Prison. This is very good. The kid full commits with the wind shift. The tornado's there. 80s Hero is gone. It's a perfect for Yugen. Johnny 5.
What'd I tell you? Tolan is not the guy for that fight. Once they get into the team fights, they win the team fights outright.
Yeah, that was a huge combo here. Now Hitman
he can't go in. What's he gonna do? Go in on the Baldwin? Or the Varus? To get pushed back and then stunned? Or if you go toward the Baldwin, he takes tons of damage and can possibly get flipped. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna take Tolan into Safara, who literally becomes immune and heals and deals damage at the same time, along with the empowered one after she hits you with the Apocalypse. Like, why would you pick Tolan into this comp? You needed to stay away and help your team off the cusp of the Wonder Woman. So you go Natalia, you go Kali, or you go who I say.
And Enix takes the Darkseid, they can easily put themselves back into the game. So overall,
Raz,
really
because Raz off the stun, Raz can take everybody and uppercut. He can uppercut as many people he is. So he uppercuts and ults as many people as he wants to. So he tunes off the ult. He slides into DMs, does an uppercut, does an ult, and he has a tremendous amount of people low at that particular point, which allows Teleonis to clean up in the back because she has the range as long as Raz brings it back to the fight. And that pushes him away from the fight, which again allows Wonder Woman to do her thing, and Omen's not in the team fight. So, like, what are you doing? So you have this ugly build right now, and Omen's not able to split push.
That was a 5 versus 4. Hitman was not in that fight, unfortunately. If he was, it would have turned away for Enix. But you see the amount of damage that's being put out by the members of Enix for overextending.
Chicken knows. He's well aware. The depths of Race Labs.
Why would you ult Omen?
Too far forward, but he's got the lifesteal. He doesn't care. There is no such thing is too far forward for Sly.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by Sly here. He's playing so well, but look at this.
He's hit their base.
Wow.
He's focusing the core, and he's got game number 1 for Yugen Dynasty.
What a match, TJ. Who would have thought that Enix would fall here? We thought that Enix was the stronger team, but Yugen Dynasty have proved us wrong.
The Enix was the stronger picks. That's what it was.
The kid and of course Chicken said
I knew they lost outright. I called this shit before it happened. Or called that stuff, excuse me. I gotta stop cussing.
That really allowed his carries to do their thing.
Well, we thought the NA region was closer than the other ones. We know numerically it is in terms of wins and losses, and Enix go and get the first win of today for the region. Sorry, Yugen Dynasty go and get it over Enix, which is, yeah, all right, not what you'd expect in terms of positions in the table, but we know Yugen Dynasty are good. That was a close game for a lot of it as well.
I did say I thought they'd won the draft. I didn't expect it to manifest in quite that way, because that was chaos all the way through. The one upside was they won their win condition. They shut down ED0 on the Telenos. We never saw the late game Telenos, and thus we never saw Enix win a team fight.
Yeah, like you said, it was chaos all the way through indeed. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, early game, mid game, but Yugen Dynasty was the team that took it away. Once the kid was
that was an easy win for OID.
That Zill, he was able to make a lot of plays, and they actually slowed 80's hero scale down, which was critical there. And then, of course, Chicken, late game, they knew the focus was 80's heroes, and that's what they did. As soon as they took out 80's hero, they won those key fights, and then basically took key objectives and ended the game.
If Yugen can get 2 games here tonight, their odds of being able to scrape into top 4 have shot upwards.
Yeah, definitely. Because remember, they're on 5 at the moment, and ahead of them, Dino Riders have, well, no, they're on 6 now. No, they've got that. So they have 6 wins, and Dino Riders have 6 wins. So it's close. We'll see how that works out. What I really liked about that game, really thrilling, maybe my favorite game of tonight, to be honest with you. So much action in that. We had some games just now in the Latin American region which were over, completely finished, in 9.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes in this game, there wasn't even a tower down. They were just bodies.
Yeah, they were just fighting back and that's what I love about North America, especially when teams are very even like this. And one thing I want to know about Yugen Dynasty is they didn't have Marcus 35. Bear was in the Darkslayer lane, and then the kid showing up and playing in place of Monday here. Wow, this is like a sort of a different team. They're playing much more smart, much more calculated, and Chicken, not the one overextending. Caretaker, the one overextending.
Bro, they had tons of overextending moments. What do you mean they played smart? There was twice when they took fights they shouldn't have. They overextended into towers. We're literally giving away free kills, like right here was one of those moments. Got stunned by the tally, free kill by a minion.
You can say he played.
But there's no reason to chase that kill at Safara. And because you're not going to be able to get him. Tolan gets away. You don't chase a Tolan. That's dumb as hell. You help continue the fight. Like, you push him out, and then you come back when you realize that he's under tower, and you help kill the person that was in the jungle, which I think was a Wonder Woman. So, instead of chasing that with the 2, On Tolan, you use your 2 to stun. I believe it's a Wonder Woman right there. You use it to stun the Wonder Woman. You hit her with your 1, and then you hit her with the empowered normal. Tolan can't re-enter that fight. So no, they didn't play smart. They did a bunch of dumb things. There's no reason to do that.
That was so beautiful. They did that twice too. They basically used the Wild Prison, locked down AD's hero, and as soon as it goes away, all of the enemies are around Teleonis, and as soon as she comes out of it, she's pretty much done.
Chicken zoning power again, just knowing where he can be to stall out the fight. And Veyor, my god, this was a very good Varus.
Yeah, he played really well. And Slide too. Slide really carried the team, especially in that mid game when he started to scale up his Tides of Life, the water walls, the amount of damage he was outputting. Look at him, 29% on this Sephiroth. He actually did very, very well, and the key reason why they're able to secure kills because of that damage output coming from his end.
Best mid performance I've seen yet from Sly.
Yeah.
Unless you're L'Oreal and get the pass to slow him down.
This is why
if Tolan was hit with the empowered 1, I'm sorry, with the 1, then he would have been slowed and it would have been chaseable. But he just flashed out. As soon as he flashed out, he was fine. So why would you chase that? Go back and help get to secure the kill in the jungle, and then you have jungle pressure, then you have the bottom pressure.
18 assists with that 82% participation.
I thought this was a very strong performance from Enix at the start of the game. I really did think that they had their ducks in a row, that this was going to be an easy game for them. And then AD's hero
Teleonis went
dying, quietly farming up in the bot lane.
Teleonis went Play Sanctity and then Slick Sting.
Even when they weren't dying,
I would have went Devil's Handshake.
Really smart rotates from Mugen.
Yeah, and I think they did their homework because they
either you go Devil's Handshake
shined last weekend was when
and then was able to make an early game Miramasa since they have a Boldum since they're building Takey. Like don't wait for late game Miramasa. So then you have your speed, you have your critical, and you have your damage, your armor penetration. Since obviously Boldum's going to be their front line, and you can't exactly move in hardcore on Telly, so that would have been my build on that particular point if I actually was building
surprised by that loss.
For a tournament.
They're surprised by it.
Yeah, I think they are. They probably expected themselves to win because Yugen Dynasty was known as a bottom 2 team.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, Telly.
For them to take a game off Enix like this in a very decisive way was pretty impressive.
So Caretaker overextended a little bit. 80's hero was targeted and could do with a bit of protection. They tried to protect him. Still got to him. If you can fix those things, if Caretaker can be reined back in a bit, and if 80's hero can... I mean, I think Teleonis is not a bad pick for 80's hero, but if you can protect him a little bit more, do Enix get a win?
They're connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Having Caretaker weirdly out of position at the start of every fight, and 80's hero never being able to survive a fight, are the same problem. Their team positioning needs to be better in order to keep 80's hero alive and stop Caretaker from giving over free kills. And yes, if they fix their team positioning, then they have a much better shot at the game.
Yeah, we talked about...
I like how that's duh. Of course they're going to get better. If they get better position, of course they're going to do better at the game because they have better position. That's some John Madden type stuff right there.
Instead he was like dancing around, getting poked out, getting a lot of damage taken, and his team's not returning damage. So that's the definition of overextending, is when you're taking damage and your team is not returning that damage, so you're pretty much out of position. And Caretaker did a lot of that, which is interesting for a teamy player because you want to basically wait for the opponent to engage, pooty poots, and then turn on that Beano Bro at the right moment.
Teamy isn't a good direct tank. The main benefit of Teamy is the passive and the resurrect. But if you just want to be able to run at the enemy team, there are better tanks for that. You should be running Boldum. You should be running Lumber.
But there's one thing I say and always keep.
No, he doesn't. You might get to see some codes on your screen, by the way. Remember, it's one time only, first come, first served, and they only work on that region. So yes, we're in the NA regions of games today, but each one of those codes, one for each of EU, Latin America, and North America. So please only enter them on your region. They won't work on the other ones, and if you're still typing them while I'm still saying all this, you're probably...
Damn it, I don't have a skip notification.
There'll be more. Well, there'll be one more.
Pause notifications?
It will.
I think you should have to say the codes.
You think I should say them?
Yeah. Well, no, but I think in the future... No, because it doesn't...
I'm going to pause the alerts, guys.
But I think in the future...
Oh, in the future.
You should just have to read
But
them.
Marcus says thank you for the follow.
Viewers have to guess what the letters and the codes are.
Why, because they won't understand my voice?
You know...
told that is the worst idea.
We were all told. I was told that as well.
What's not a guess? We got a series on our hand, guys. We got a
I'm
full
just going to
series.
back in again. Well, I think we can explore this idea. So you think if I say the letters and numbers in a code, people won't understand it? That's what I got from that.
I think that if we move on back to the series, that Enix might
So you do what Sujay's here to do and keep us in check.
No, I'm moving on to protect my own personal safety.
Tangents, my friends, tangents. But we do have a full series, though. Enix has to win. They want to win to secure their spot, because if they don't, that's a lot of pressure that they don't want to deal with. And losing to Yugen,
all right, let's see what they do this time.
Losing to Yugen would be massive.
You gone.
Well, you just did. Can you lose again to Yugen?
Oh, look at that. They're like,
They immediately get rid of Baldum.
No Baldum.
Right off the bat.
That'll leave things getting through, though.
Yeah, it is, indeed. But Baldum was the reason why they won, honestly. Like,
Yeah, they're not very good redeem codes. They're like a little bit of gems or like a tryout card, a little bit of gold, like 200 gold or something like that. It's nothing big.
Roster shuffle. Enix's best next game will be against Dino Riders.
Ooh.
And we have them next. The other game today is Dino Riders against Just for Fun. So Dino Riders are going to be watching this as Yugen Dynasty are now tied with them on wins.
The funny thing was these teams, they all kind of laughed at each other because I talked to some of them when
all of them
some
thought
teams
the others
lost.
were bad.
Yeah, when some
Bro, are you serious?
Just for Fun, Yugen beat Dino Riders, and it was pretty funny. So now the tides have turned.
Don't do this.
Darcy is coming if Elsu is locked in.
What are they doing?
Darcy is through.
What are you doing, Yugen?
So Baldum has got banned out,
did a
and the
180
Joker has got
fast.
banned out. Enix have
Lol,
banned out
indeed.
two of the heroes, or banned out two heroes, allowing two other strong ones to come through.
Maybe
the surprise is that 16, 17, 18 seconds.
Bro, you take Darcy and you go jungle, and if you can't play Darcy jungle, you do not belong in a professional league. If you do not pick Darcy right now, you are literally throwing.
You better take him no matter what.
You better see exactly. If you don't take Darcy, you're throwing. You put him in the jungle right now.
Regions of EU,
right now.
We saw him in EU earlier. We saw him in the first two games, first two series of Europe's games today. If you didn't get to watch those earlier on, you didn't get to see what Darcy can do. You will find out.
Let me rephrase that. If Darcy can make TJ look good, then he's very, very broken.
Darcy is one of the most powerful characters.
Put Darcy in the jungle.
It is.
Put Darcy in the jungle. Get Richter. Dude, get Richter. There you go. And then for Safara,
the idea of playing an Elsu into it, out poking. That doesn't seem to be the plan here. Sephora Teamy's a weird start for that.
Yeah, they might be going for.
I like the internet pick.
I mean, they can pick up the Zenio.
Let's see what they pick. Let's see what else they pick first. Hold on.
Very scary.
I picked Mage last at the moment.
If any comp can overcome a Darcy comp, might be
it would
that
be
immortal comp.
Sephora Teamy's Zenio.
I swear, if I see Darcy in the mid, I'm gonna be.
Sephora Teamy is a perfect setup for that. So.
But the Zenio is the key part to that, and they don't have it. You can run the comp without Sephora Teamy. You need the Zenio.
Yeah, you definitely need Zenio here.
And they're thinking too long for that to have been their plan.
Yeah, lol personal bans indeed.
Or they just don't want to give away that that's their plan. Not show you
if they don't think you can.
Okay.
If they don't think
Zenio doesn't go in,
Zenio.
or Lindis at worst.
Never mind. I mean, this could still work if they get the Zenio.
Yeah, if they get the Zenio for top lane, I actually am alright with the Yugen comp. Otherwise, I think Darcy shreds it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I do love Enix banning away the Baldum and the Joker. They were, two of the key heroes that Yugen is very comfortable on. So I do see Varus being banned out, potentially Ryoma being taken out. Of course, Lindis also behind that list as well.
To recap, Enix end up with Darcy, Richter, Annette. That's going to give them massive frontline damage, presumably from mid, given how NA likes to play characters to the letter upon release. That Annette will be in the support role, and it will be Richter on the sideline.
You think NA is typical of playing heroes?
I don't think they're going to go jungle Darcy.
To the letter on release.
Yeah, they tend to follow roles. They don't get as spicy, whereas EU wants to run jungle Toro. NA tends to be a little.
That was smart. That's literally how I was thinking. I was literally thinking, bro. This team with the net and with Richter and Darcy puts Wisp at a high priority for ENX. He plays so well with that team.
For example, a Malik or something. I see Crash maybe a potential ban or priority here because
it can't be Crash though because they need Zenio.
Yeah, I know, but looking at what we
from
saw
Enix's
from last,
perspective,
last game, they may want to take away that Crash and not give it over because we saw how good 80's hero with his Teleonis being denied they can say no crash for you. Oh, Violet. They actually are gonna deny 80's hero his Violet that he's played last weekend.
Complete ban out 80's heroes.
Bro, I can't believe they're not taking Darcy jungle. It's literally broken.
A lot he can play left.
It's literally broken.
If this isn't Zenial, I am very disappointed. If you can pick it up.
Exactly.
If you can get Zenial through this draft, I will be upset.
Are they gonna pick up the Zenial here, or are they gonna go? Oh, they're gonna just say, hey, no
Zil.
more Zil from you, the kid.
Jungle Zil.
Why Zil? Oh my god.
Because they need dive with invulnerability. So I actually do think that's a very smart ban. They're going to go for Zephyrs first, prioritizing it. That was... Oh, be followed by a Lindis crash. Side lane Lindis.
I knew the crash would come out here. And they didn't ban it, so of course 80 Hero's gonna pick it up because you took away his Talonus, you took away his Violet.
Side lane or jungle Lindis though, because that depends where the Darcy's being played.
It's going to be a jungle Lindis for sure.
Oh, and this.
Alice, wait, you have Zenial. Zenial Zephyrs would be so awesome.
Draft is
with the teamie.
Draft is Zen.
Or no, okay. Getting a Varus to ride it up.
And Bear did
Bear
well.
plays good Zenial.
No, I mean he did well in the Varus against Hitman. So
Hitman
is going to be on the Richter this time. He's not going to be on his dominant.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be a very interesting Darkslayer matchup that I'm looking forward to.
Oh boy.
The reason we were so convinced they needed the Zephyrs though is because the Angelic Splendor gives them kind of global protection for this Telenas. Without it, I think Yugen Dynasty are going to run into trouble keeping them alive into a Darcy. I think Yugen Dynasty's only hope is to dominate this Darcy early and never let go of the
Dude, Omen smashes Richter, bro.
We thought Darcy was not going to make it through any draft, but he's made it through 3 times already. He's won every
3 times too many
game. But the region that could ruin that win record is going to be NA, of course.
Now that's an interesting take.
I'm going to let that rest.
Oh yeah, they tend to do that. North America tends to, like, LSU losing a lot more in North America.
Find the cracks, yeah.
In other regions.
Lindis got through. We haven't seen much of Lindis happening in other actions. Is this the comp that Yugen need?
Yeah, they got Darcy.
It's not quite as efficient as an Immortals comp as we saw earlier on.
Yeah, this is an alright comp for Yugen. If it were against any other roster, I'd say it was really good.
Okay. But against Enix?
Against Enix, who have a better draft because they have a complete team fight.
Yeah,
this is just a perfect team fight comp.
It is.
So one thing though, Zephyrs is going to be critical because if they can get onto Darcy or Lindis, Zephyrs is going to make quick work of them, especially in the mid game. So that's their chance to take this away. Yugen needs to take away that mid game and run it away, and not let Darcy or Lindis get to late game.
They're obviously going to invade blue.
Early game and late game. We don't
they should invade blue. Let's see if they do.
Well,
all right, so.
No, they invade red.
Like they want to step away from Dino Riders up into 4th place, at least for this series.
So they understand that Lindis needs her blue, but they take the red away, so they just pick some of her jungle. But obviously they counter that, so it doesn't matter.
As Yugen start to press forward into the enemy jungle, Enix doing the opposite.
Yeah, but Enix taking a little longer here versus Yugen, and Yugen's going to take the entire jungle, which is going to put them ahead of the farm. You can see already in the gold lead.
This is mid-Darcy, as I predicted, slightly weaker than the jungle equivalent, but still certainly very powerful with the wind cuffs. That's actually a lethal duo.
Yeah, you saw that. He also got his enhanced basic attack off on Chicken as well with the dimensional walk there, and that's the key. When Darcy does not have dimensional force up, that's when you need to engage him.
Veigar and Hitman is just such a fun duel to watch.
There's a lot of skill matchups, but Crash, bro, Crash changes a lot of the dynamic because it's not like Team E can just smash Crash.
The Darcy brings to mid lane. That's what makes him so strong. His range,
his wave clear.
Yep, all that adds up, and that's why you need to make sure you have an answer for that.
Again, I would definitely go. Boots, Clay Safety, Devil's Handshake, and Miramasa for Tel. If she can actually get farm this time, that's what I would do. So that way you have the early crit, the early speed, and the early honor pierce.
Because full Enix rotate to threaten the Telenas playing defensive behind the red first tower and
the quicker you get Crash out of there, the rest of them are very squishy.
By Enix.
rotates are coming through.
The only thing is, when Richter comes through, off of, there it is. There, now where's Richter? Richter, no, Richter, get in a bush. Get in a bush. See, Richter took too long. If Richter, okay, they still win. But bro, if Richter decides to actually not take that middle lane instead of actually helping that fight, and that fight goes quicker.
And boom, he gets teleported back and he falls. But I love the focus, the 5-man rotation from Enix there, taking the dragon and then jumping on and getting these kills, putting them in a solid lead right now.
A very good start for Enix, especially compared to last game.
Yeah, this is a big difference compared to last game.
Water Wall scares back. There's the death from of Caretaker just
nice
full
ult, but she's down.
Down for it. Johnny 5 in the area as well, trying to do the damage, but he can't save January. There's the turn. You can not doing bad at all afterwards.
Yeah,
oh, but Hitman
showing up.
Full commit. There are resurrects available. That will be a return to form here in the middle of the fight, but slides down permanently. Vayor can't win this fight, and Yuga Dynasty are in massive trouble as they lose the kills they just earned. Back in trade.
That was insane. The kid did such a good job landing these death from above and the death flurries, securing those 2 kills. But the rotation coming from Enix was able to turn 80's hero, and of course, the Hitman coming in there just in time of need. And as a result, turning it around and not letting Enix come back into this game.
No, this is a rough time to be a Yugen Dynasty fan, I should think.
Yeah, I didn't think Crash had all, otherwise the play would have happened quicker. Again, once Crash ults and then Hitman comes in, it's a wrap, bro. There's nothing you can do at that particular point.
This is a matchup for the Talonars, as you can see.
Yeah.
This isn't a matchup that the Talonars should lose, provided there isn't permanent flank in the bot lane.
Ooh, look at that. They're doing a good job of dodging these dimensional cubes.
Yeah. Better than previous games, certainly.
Jeez, dude, Caretaker got lucky.
Caretaker from his death from above. Arguably more important.
Don't chase, you're good. All right, don't chase.
If Kid followed up with the death from above,
he'd already spent it.
Yeah, they could take, oh, he did. They could have taken care of Johnny 5 there.
He'd already spent it though on that failed attempt to go forwards, and now the portal's here. Slide.
Horrible ult. Horrible ult from Darcy.
Start that Abyssal Dragon and then got focused down there. What a risky play by him, and they're gonna give potentially the Abyssal Dragon over to Enix for a second one.
Yugen Dynasty feels like a little bit more sloppy of a game than game number 1, where they looked so coordinated.
Very sloppy there. I don't know why the kid went rotated down to Dragon there and just basically got caught out. But honestly, Enix is doing a good job with
Bro, why not show the Hitman fight?
Doing the same thing.
Hitman very low. Yugen, bring their 3 men up top, but they can't find the trade. They lose a tower and an Abyssal down.
A good exchange, good exchange. Tower Dragon for them trying to kill Hitman.
Yugen Dynasty. They're continuing to fall behind even further. Almost 3,000 plus gold deficit now.
And the 2 characters that scale the best from it will do a lot of tower damage. Slice caught off at mid. Oh, Tides of Life.
I just realized Crash has freaking execute, bro.
Beginnings of that Immortal comp right there.
Bro, Crash has freaking execute, bro.
Full commit onto the Caretaker while Hitman flies through the backlines and burns down 2. Sly and Dual Spirals are both gone. A 2-for-1 trade with the tower as well as a side helping. Enix will take that every day of the week.
This man has execute on Crash.
Use the Tides of Life to dodge it, but the
wow,
here,
get juked.
He's landing his death from above, he's missing his death flurs, and he can't afford to do that. Gonna make right back. And boom.
No, he's not fed enough this early, bro.
Yeah, he does have to play back. He's gonna back off now, but there's a rotating coming up to support him. But again, that last fight was pretty insane. I love the rotation from Hitman coming from behind as a Richter. That's what he's known to do. If he continues to gank like that, he's going to continue to put Enix in a really good spot. And look at this,
TJ, isn't a good jungle?
4,000 gold lead for them, and they're up.
Oh, Vayor. Oh my goodness.
And they're up 6 kills.
Glad you could finish the sentence.
They're gonna go kill Varus. They're gonna dive on her.
Oh, he's dead.
Varus is dead.
Oh,
he does get the wave clear, so the tower itself will stand.
Show the
minion worth it, TJ.
Dude.
1 minion, was it worth it?
Shaken now trying to save the kid. Does have the being a bro.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Look at the kid. He's at 3.1k gold versus 4.3k gold of January. That is not good if you are playing the assassin composition.
No, they needed so much more. Good flicker, water wall.
Johnny 5 caught out, that's good. They've got the kills, shutting down Johnny 5. Actually, Hitman
That's
in trouble
two.
as well. He'll
Oh,
go down,
boy.
only getting one in trade, and it's the sport an entirely viable trade for you.
Nice, nice.
They're perfect. January's got the shielding.
That's the turn right there, bro. That's the turn right there. That win cuff.
Those win cuffs saved January's life. Just one more auto attack, he would have fell. What a play by the kid. So aggressive, but it didn't work out for his favor. And I love how they caught out Johnny 5 there. The combo that came out from Yugen. However, it didn't work out.
Bro, if they use my and I do say my tower dive,
Chicken and what he did with
it allows Victor to go in freely and not take damage, and they just tower dive the whole time. So they can't hide under the tower for free if he just uses disrupt. So why would you pick execute and hope for extra kills when you could shore up the kill with your Richter, and you have a Lindis that can come out of any bush from when they tower dive? Like,
I fell victim through that
why?
dimensional portal. What do I do against this Darcy here? Because every time he's marked with dimensional portal,
you have Richter, you have handcuffs, you have damage from Alice, Whirlwind, and you can separate the fight. The Darcy, which allows Darcy to move more freely, hit ults, hit cubes. He's going AD crush. Yeah,
Johnny 5 has another kill, and it's 2 more down for Yugen.
yeah, Hitman again jumping in there and doing damage. And look at this. They're so close. Take a high ground tower in the mid. Nice push by Enix.
Darcy, more like larceny, because Enix are stealing this game.
Yeah, one thing about Darcy.
Wow, that got you.
One thing interesting though, TJ, is Johnny 5. He's doing a lot of damage, but a lot of his dimensional cubes are missing.
Yeah.
So either he's missing it or Yugen knows how to play it. And I think based on what I'm seeing, they do a good job of walking around and dodging that, because it takes 1.25 seconds to explode and have that damage impact.
And he's actually not gotten a kill yet.
Yeah,
dead. He's dead.
So this Darcy hasn't
He's
been doing
dead.
much, and bye-bye.
Oh, he uses the dimensional portal for a disengage.
Dead.
He'll trade his life for the Dark Slayer for his team. Enix are able to pick it up.
And Duostrao got his revenge.
Yeah.
Now they're 1 for 2. Duostrao gets 1 kill. Darcy got 2 kills on him.
Happy that they're winning at something. The rest of the Yugen Dynasty are still in trouble.
Yeah, the kid is in big trouble. He's so behind right now. And Zephyrs, you cannot be behind. Like Lindis is level 14, TJ. 14 to everyone else's level 10, 11 or less.
Oh my god. Bayor's gone.
Caretaker, the Hurricane Wall.
It's
that's
over.
Devastating.
It's
and
over.
The Drake Summon just as well. And 80's hero just
It's over.
commits. The kid's melted. Stabbed by the trident to the cards.
Wow, what a beautiful play by 80s here. That Metamorphosis there.
And there's nothing much you can do as Dual Spirals is scared back. He's trying to use the Eagle Eye, but Hitman just full commits. They're inside the fountain, and not even that keeps them safe.
That's
The
good.
core itself is melted, and Enix tie up the series 1-all.
What a crazy play there. You can see why Darcy is so powerful, but honestly, the storyline was January
Dude.
getting so ahead. Level 14.
Darcy
versus
is
level
powerful,
10.
but not in the hands of
With
J5.
The Metamorphosis engaged there, and also Hitman with these beautiful ganks and flanks he's able to do and help Enix win all these fights, and Yugen just didn't have a chance to really come back. And then, unfortunately, the kid fell way too far behind in Zephyrs.
Enix have got their win. That means they're guaranteed to be at finals.
Yeah, they must be really good right now.
Congratulations to Enix. That's a big story right there. Not just that win, but yeah, off you go to Sydney's finals. Congratulations to them. Yugen get that one earlier on, though, after that series being 1-all overall. So they've given Dino Riders something to think about, but Dino Riders going to get a chance to sort that out next. But we'll carry on with this game for a little bit first. So Darcy gets through and we all go, yes, that's exciting. Oh, we're going to see what happens here. And we are still finding out competitive play for Darcy, because this is the first time that we've seen him in the Valor series. First time he's been eligible to be played. Did feel a little bit like Yugen Dynasty showing us there that he's not entirely to be feared as much as we thought earlier.
Well, that was a very good
Because he
match.
doesn't really go in the
A lot
mid
of
lane.
damage.
He goes into the jungle.
But that absolutely was not the dominance we saw earlier. I feel like what I've drawn away from this is that Jungle Darcy is absolutely more terrifying than Lane Darcy. Because the amount of burst damage that a Jungle Darcy
And level,
can do and the speed at which he levels up is incomparable. However,
Bro, these are some
just a good mid-mage,
fantastic
and
knowledge
you're
they drop it
down
on
to
people.
That works pretty well too.
I love what J5 did though. He actually had very
Darcy
good
is OP.
dimensional
What are
portal.
you
Every
talking? Oh
time
my
landing
god.
on Duo's
You're
final,
a noob in front of your
Dixie
name
saved,
starting to
gets
show.
pulled, gets teleported back, to death basically twice in a row. It was such a beautiful use of that ultimate.
He was playing him like Flash.
When the draft was coming in, it did take a while before J5 locked in, well, no, before first pick locked in Darcy. We were wondering, maybe they don't want him, maybe they don't want to give
Jungle
him away.
Darcy is
Perhaps
fucking
J5 hasn't
broken.
spent as much time on him as some of our European players have done earlier on.
I don't know. I don't feel like J5 was particularly weak on him. I think Yugen Dynasty did a good job countering.
Definitely did a good job. And they slowed down, honestly, the kid. He just couldn't do much on the Zephyrs. Early game, he had some picks, but look at this.
I don't know. Does it look like? I mean, you said that Richter beats Omen,
this game that really turned
and now you say that Darcy isn't OP. I don't think you're joking, bro. By the way, this cuff, yeah. Oh, look at those cuffs, bro. Look at those cuffs, bro. Now watch this cuff. Yeet.
It was really good overall team performance.
And that was interesting here. Yugen could have won that fight clearly, but look at Duo Spiral. He splits off. They split both ways from each other. If they just stayed together and Kid rotated to where Duo Spiral was, they probably would have won that fight. And look at this dimensional portal.
Yoink. Ouch. You thought you were getting away.
Yeah, you're not. Darcy to the kill.
And these metamorphoses is just still the perfect tower siege.
I don't understand why people are still using shields. I don't like the shield item no more. Like,
I love how he uses
no, Tolan is not man, dude. Tolan is good, but not in take heavy comps.
That was awesome. And again, another really awesome metamorphosis.
Like if you have a Teamy, a Net, someone like that on the board, then yeah, I'll Tolan all day. But like when you have Crash, your Bennett, Lumbar,
I know he had a lot of ganks and flanks, but
who else is beefy that also goes in that lane?
Of all heroes,
Thane,
something I didn't expect seeing.
So part of that is his long prolonged duel with Vaor was like
and Baldum.
So he was farming
and Aram. There's no reason for you to be using Tolan, bro. But if they're squishy support, then yeah.
He kept getting people constantly.
You could use Tolan.
Annette, Crash, Darcy all pull people together, and he was just standing in the middle of them with his just farming free damage, and it was really working.
Yeah, it was definitely lurking indeed, and 80s hero, look at that.
Well, Liliana's kind of an all-in character too. Jannar is a new character.
Look at this.
Natalia has the best,
and he was against a Tell, honestly,
like overall burn. She hits everyone. Again, Kali's single target. Alistar CC, Raz can put that work. Sephara, again, same thing. Huge stun, good burst, and then I mean, you know how I feel about Lumia. I think Lumia is undervalued. She does good damage. She has stun. She has pushback. She has vision. So you get vision for 30 seconds every time she's in the late game. I don't mean super late game. I just mean late game. And of course, Flash. Like Flash gives good poke, good control. Gets in and out safely. So I like Flash a lot too. But like I like Tolan, I understand what he does, but to me he's not good in those takey comps. He just can't do damage.
Team's kind of needed.
What are you gonna do? Dive as Tolan?
What they wanted, but they'll be glad that they didn't slip further behind.
But honestly, impressive from Yugen. We would have not thought that they would take a game off Enix in that manner they did in game 1. And honestly, game 2, it was not as bad as it turned out, because with Darcy on Enix, it should have been a much bigger shutdown. So Yugen actually improved a lot, and they had 2 new members, the Kid and up in the top lane where Marcus 35 wasn't playing, but another person. Yeah, exactly. So that to me is impressive for how far they've come with that change in rosters.
This does mean, to take a look back at the standings, Yugen Dynasty's hopes are not over, but they're now relying on Dino Riders dropping a game in their set versus Just for Fun immediately after this.
Yeah, so as you can see it here, this is where we're currently at as we go through the middle of NA today. We haven't got BM Gaming, formerly Pride Stark Empire, or GMB, formerly BM Gaming. They're not playing today. So this is how things have moved along now. Yugen Dynasty's win over Enix in that first game means they've caught up with Dino Riders, but Enix have pulled one further away.
You got to remember lane clear too. Lane clear on Natalia is absurdly high. Absurdly high.
They're good.
Lane clear on Tolan is also high. The reason why Tolan's good is because of that lane clear, and he can move into towers. But then after that, during the team fights, he has to actually hit his ones, and then go in on 2 to help get his passes to do the extra damage that he can't do. So that's why Tolan's also good as well, because lane clear is insane. Raz's lane clear is and he could be poked out by the majority of the other mages.
Safe.
There's what to do.
Kali, good lane clear.
If they
Dinar, decent lane clear. Safara, decent lane clear.
But haven't done.
Liliana's lane clear is good. I wouldn't call it the fastest. Like, not to me, Natalia's lane clear is absurdly fast, bro. She literally throws a ball. She throws her 2. She throws her 1. She throws her 2. Lane is literally clear. It's literally clear.
Golden player of game 1, no other than Chicken OP himself.
And that starts at level 1.
And honestly, giving Yugen that huge momentum boost there.
So you use her 2.
Wasn't the one
a level 1.
And falling down. He was always there to support
big damage, bro.
As at Teamy, but again, the play and what he did as Baldum in game 1 basically warranted a ban against it for game 2, and that's why Chicken here definitely is deserving of this MVP.
He had a very, very strong performance in game.
Am I tripping, or they play 1 game each?
The most consistent of the players across the series. And that's definitely worth noting. Chicken has earned a place in my heart. I do have a soft spot for support players, but he's been a really consistently good one and a really consistently aggressive one, which I'm also a fan of.
So Yugen Dynasty catch up with Dino Riders, and now Dino Riders want to move away. So that's what's going to be the possibility next. We'll put that 1 all into the books and come back to you after a short break with Just for Fun. And
it's not a best of 3 series. I haven't really been watching the series.
Known to turn up and throw some surprises in some series that we had maybe considered them unlikely to win. They're the opposite of a favourite to win. You know what I mean. They've given us some great shows. Can they do another one here? Dino Riders want to stretch now. They want to get 2-0 here and start moving up and securing those finals.
2 games? Okay, thank you.
Oh, hashtag Valor Series. Who do you think is going to win?
J5 below in gold.
Dino Riders. Who's going to make it out of NA? Well, we are going to get 1 step
I'm not sure what you're saying, Monster. J5 below in gold? J5's in gold? That Darcy play was unexpected. Dude, Ghost plays a better Darcy. I play a better Darcy mid. What the hell? My jungle's not as good as Wins, though. Wintastic's jungle Darcy is insane. I play him better in lane. Like, I actually level up Darcy's 2 when I'm in lane. I want quicker clears, so I just clear. I use my 2, and then the monsters are literally dead by level 3. They're just boom, just big bada booms, and I can rotate over. So when the team fight happens, and when I hit 4, like, I'm already doing huge damage. So I got my ult, I got a cube, I drop another cube, and so I'm usually hitting somebody with I usually hit 2 cubes. All right, so there's the cube, the ult, the cube, big boom. Land on it, then empowered 1, empowered 1. Well, actually, not at level 4, but at 4, you know what I'm saying. It's a higher range one. But the Apocalypse isn't proc. So I grab the Apocalypse, obviously.
To help make it easier for us to draw the templates out. This is a great method to help make the armor more fitting. So first things first, you need to cover yourself in cling film. Get a friend to help you out. Then carefully cover yourself in gaffer tape and cut yourself free. Once that's done, you can then fill it. You can use newspapers, magazines, pillow stuffing. We chose to use bubble wrap. Once that's done, you now need to repeat the process onto the mannequin and draw out your design. The next step is then to cut it out so you have a template like this that you can transfer to foam. Tune in next week to see more progress.
Bro, I could have did that with the trash bag. J5 below plays in gold? I didn't know that. Every season they have a different cosplay girl do a cosplay of one of the characters. Last year was a cosplay of Butterfly, and this year it's a cosplay of Natalia or Natalie, however you want to call it. That's why I think it's hard to pick an early teamie, because to me, if you pick early teamie, all you have to do is go lumbar or crash, and you change the game literally. Like the game literally changes at that particular point, and like, because teamie can stun, bro, but it doesn't matter if teamie's stunning frontline, because now what happens is when teamie starts to stun the frontline, teamie becomes vulnerable to CC and an ass whooping, and you don't want that for teamie. When Vera cosplay, I don't know. So like you can't do that. You can't pick early teamie if they have a tremendously high HP tank like that. He's just gonna get destroyed. So the only way to like counter that is have backline assassin, have teamie run to the middle of that fight, take hit Pooty Poot, and allow the assassin to clean up in the back, and then use your ult to either one raise yourself or two raise up the assassin. Which allows the front line to push, because then they could just ignore the crash while the crash pushes forward. Sleepy Bay? I don't know. Oh my god. I just realized what you meant, Wayne. I was like, not Wayne, Will, excuse me. And you know what made me upset? Is you're running teamie. You're running teamie, bro. And you don't even have Waterstone. Like, bro, do you know what you could do for your team running Waterstone? Early game? Like, do you, bro? Do you really know what teamie could do running Waterstone? It's insane to me that you don't help. Like, you're this roaming character, right? And you have these people taking each other's XP and gold, and you can help that lessen XP and gold across the board by just using Waterstone. So you can either go full time markers, which, you know, I'm not really a fan of, or you go to the bracers, so you can get rid of CC and heal one person one time. Because if you're going shield, like everyone here is going shield, they're not even going vision, which, like, that doesn't make sense to me. So here's why I like vision over shield. So everyone gets a speed boost off of that, so they can get in and out if they need to go in and out on that fight, and it's up for a while. But when you use the shield, you get one person to shield, and it's the lowest person only. That gives movement speed to everybody. You know what movement speed to everybody does? It allows the positioning of you and your other people around you to take different positions on that fight, allowing you to win that fight. So why would you hinder yourself with the essence of the win? So essence of the win gives you 15 plus mana, 250 armor, 600 HP, plus 40 HP a tick a second, and 5% movement speed. While Ring gives you 50% cooldown, 20 plus mana, 200 armor, 600 HP, and movement speed. And then Eye of the Fiend, increased movement speed of allies within 8 meters by 50% for 2 seconds. Do you know what that does? That allows you to get in and out and reposition yourself in a fight. Like, there's no reason to use the essence of the wind. And if you're gonna use something, most of the people who need the shield that are low are most likely CC'd, and that's why they're taking a beating. So you can hit bracers, you can use bracers, heal somebody, and allow them to leave that fight. And that one gives you 50% cooldown speed, 20 mana, 200 armor, 600 HP, and the 5% movement speed, as well as stacks. And every third stack, you earn your allies get 30 extra gold and 40%. I'm sorry, not 40%, but 48 EXP. So if you're going to run teamie and you're not running, I'm sorry, but when you're doing these fights that are literally siphoning people's XP and cash, you have to run one or the other. So if you run time markers, you get all that stuff, but then you increase nearby allies damage by 5% and damage reduction by 10%, which is, you know, not a big deal, but it's still a deal. So, like, to me, using Essence of the Wind is just people like being stuck at something that's no longer the strongest support item. You get speed, you can get damage and defense, or you can get one purification which heals somebody for 160 plus 30 HP per level on a 60-second cooldown. Time marker has no cooldown, and then Ring of the Fiend, I believe, is a 45-second cooldown. So would you rather have a possible chance at 45 seconds, every 45 seconds of speed, which is basically the equivalent of how many times these guys are fighting, which is about literally every 45 seconds to, actually I would say about every minute to 2 minutes these guys are fighting. because of the rotation that they have for the dragon or the towers. So why would you not? Why would you use the essence of the wind for a one-time shield? What's the timer on the shield?
We've had 5 incredible best of 2 series.
It's not telling me the timer.
Series across Europe, Latin America, and North America. Welcome back as we head into our final game of this evening. We'll be back tomorrow, and for some teams, tomorrow is their final play day before we get to week 8 and round off the games for everybody. But for tonight, we have a great match to finish things off. TJ and Sujay with myself, Matt Andrews, looking
Is it
forward
45 seconds? Oh, man. There's no reason to use the shield, bro.
Dino Riders.
There's just no reason to use the shield.
They are to make it into finals, and just for fun, showing us that those little patches.
That cooldown speed is insanely good on a net, on Teamy.
Charge.
I mean, I don't really think you need it on Crash and on Lumber as much as you need it on those two.
Dino Riders are safe if they win 2 games, and statistically, they are the better team. That means this should.
Alice, oh my god, dude.
Not having
15% cooldown on Alice is insanely good.
By the beach, they're getting
that means more friendship. That means more stuns. That means more hitsy fits. That is insanely good on Alice.
So that could help turn the tide, and Dino Riders.
And if you run Safari,
a little bit, and they lost.
Safari support also it's good as well.
So it's just for fun against Dino Riders. It's going to round off Valor Series season.
Like Lumber has Lumber's tackle will be pretty low. His 1 is whatever, but the tackle is where Lumber's strong point is. For Crash, obviously he has a bubble and he has a knockback. So those are both good utilities to get people out and obviously keep people alive.
They got through the qualifiers. They make it here. Put in a surprise performance early on in the season.
Are we allowed to restream the audio? I never did. I never shared that. I just do it. I mean, Arena of Valor has actually tweeted when I've streamed this shit on stream this. I gotta stop cussing now. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like if I cuss. When I streamed this before, they didn't say anything. The only thing is, before I would stay quiet, but people kept asking me to talk because they wanted to know what I felt and thought about the team picks, the compositions, the rotations, and everything. So I just started talking.
Last time they played against Dino Riders won against them with Sprint Arthur. So the Church of 20, right, is going to come back in the.
But like TJ knows who I am. He's hosted me. I told him thank you. I talked to him.
Because 3 weeks ago, he slid into my.
What's his name? Invarus? It's Invarus.
I used to this is
Invarus knows who I am. I don't know if CJ does, but TJ and Invarus know who I am.
Competitively, and I have previous history as a competitor, and I want to be able to play. And I didn't know a team that could hook him up, so I just tweeted it and hoped that something would work out. And I don't think that's how we.
I used to do this all the time, but I stopped doing it because I haven't been watching Valor Series as of late. I just recently started about 2 weeks ago, so I could relearn what's going on and pay attention to team competitions and all the other stuff. But like I said before, these aren't the best players of Arena of Valor. You got to be kidding me, bro. Some of these guys are really bad.
With the Church of Tony Wright alongside him. Just for fun, then, the first team they want to upset as they surprise everybody by being in the Sydney finals. The team they really want to upset are Dino Riders with Yikes. 180 milliseconds in one.
Like, I had 130 viewers when I was doing this back last season.
And this has been an inconsistent roster, but they do have, if there's a prize for most members of a previous championship team, they do have now both Rocker and Sleepy from the last North American team. Rocker, of course, playing under the title of Hawaii, and Sleepy under Sleepy has taken recent additions to the side. If they can use those 2 more experienced players to silence that inconsistency, maybe. But we've yet to see that firm form.
The key is they have to just stay focused. I think they're having a lot of fun, and Hawaii definitely loves to go in on his own. He likes to have his own time, 1v3ing and trying to make some magic work, and it doesn't unfortunately work in his favor for the most part, so he tends to have the most deaths on Dino Riders, and that's something that we're going to be watching.
And by the way, the fact that I actually talk over the stream makes the content transformative. the fact that I give insight that's different from the casters is transformative. So by law, I'm not even in trouble, just for the record.
So bringing him into that mid-roll, putting CLZ over to the side lane, because CLZ had that historic flexibility, I think it worked out for them. I think it is an upgrade for the team.
Yeah, no, it certainly has worked out for them. What I'm curious to know is, why do you think they did it? Is it literally just, well, this is an improvement we can see, and we're going to grab him, we're going to bring him in, or do you think that was an area that they needed to fix?
Sleepy was looking for a team. Hit up his old buddy Rocker.
Yeah,
it's like, yo fam, what up?
Also, Sleepy actually pretty good synergy with Sojin. They both are actually hyper aggressive, like Hawaii is. Actually too aggressive, but the key is they just have to be aggressive at the same time together, and Sleepy tends to overextend.
There's no such thing as over-aggression. There is such a thing as poor coordination. And if you're well coordinated enough, any aggression is team aggression, and then it's not aggression, it's a plan.
Well, that dissected that some way. So aggression isn't aggression, aggression is a plan when it's executed correctly with the team.
Correct.
Good.
It's an aggressive plan.
No, that would be a plan. Let's get a look at some players of these teams. We'll have a look at some support work here with Angela Zhu and Chosen.
Yeah, this is going to be the key matchup here. We know Sojin, when he gets on that Baldwin, he sets up his team for massive success. And the KDA and the stats are pretty even. So it's going to come down to how well these two supports are going to be able to counter each other and also set their teams up for that massive engages.
Angela Zhu previously played side lane, then came into the Valor series, began to shift over to this support role, and initially I was very much against it because Angela seemed to be struggling, but I think over the last few weeks they've come into their own and started to do quite well.
You mentioned a little bit about Hawaii liking to 1v3 a bit and rushing ahead of his team, and yeah, we have seen that, and that's something that he should learn by now. Isn't as effective as he might like it to be.
Yeah, and he loves Rourke a little bit too much.
Well, we'll see if we get some Rourke for this.
He is one of the most experienced players in North America. I'm going to go far enough and say he has literally no excuse to make mistakes like that. And maybe historically that worked because he was better than everyone else in North America.
YouTube, yikes!
Everyone else is caught up.
Well, guess what, TJ? He doesn't care. He's on an island, a beautiful paradise island in Hawaii.
With great
I feel like you're biased.
Yeah, so...
All right, Florentino kicks this thing off for Just for Fun with a straightforward ban there. And we get a surprise. If
Dino Riders, what are you
in.
doing? Sorry, I have to interrupt, but that's insane.
So the reason this is insane is because if the first ban is Florentino, then they're going to instantly respond by focusing down Tony Wright, and this does mean that the more powerful characters are making it through the draft.
Yeah. They're obviously going to ban out Darcy here next, and they're going to give them Sephira. And I feel like that's a little risky. I know Tony Wright is great on this Teonis, but giving Sephira over? What? Wait. They're going to give Darcy over. They're going to ban away Angela Zhu's Annette.
Please take Darcy to the jungle. Please.
Or they think...
Sorry.
All right, well, we won't go into what ifs and maybes. And I was going to come up with a clever plan that maybe they thought it was more important
to get there. Don't they have to win 2-0 here? Otherwise, their hopes are like gone.
Not exactly.
If they win 2-0, they're guaranteed safe.
Okay.
If they don't win 2-0, Yugen could overtake them. If they lose 0-2, they are behind Yugen, and they need to hope that Yugen drop the ball tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow. Risky plays here.
But yeah, you'd think they want to get some wins while they can, and you think the team who are currently last in the region and on 3-13 would be a good one to pick up that 2-0 against.
Well, so far
I don't understand why they're taking the risk. That's all I'm saying.
So far, Darcy has been 3 for 3 all day today. Has not lost one game that he's on the team of. So, will that change today? Dino Riders is the team to prove that.
Well, we did see Darcy get a little bit undone in that last game compared to the EU performances at the start of today, where he was super dominant. Nobody really knew how to handle him.
I want to see Tony Wright rush an ADC here. I want to see him get him his slims or a wisp or something along those lines. But they instead prioritize getting support and side lane. That means this second ban phase from Dino Riders should be entirely dedicated towards shutting down Tony Wright.
Yeah, they got let off the hook here by him not grabbing it. As what I was going to say about the Darcy pick is maybe the reason they were taking a time to lock that in is because they wanted to get Tony Wright's ADC first.
Bro, just pick Crash.
They
just pick Crash. You have the same comp as the other one. If Darcy goes mid again, they're throwing the game.
They always pick Rourke here. They just like Hawaii just wants to play
Darcy good.
Early and mid, yes, but late game, he's gonna be a liability because the way that Hawaii plays him and the way he builds him. He's very
there's a monitor in here, babe.
You have a
You want to grab that one?
It's
the one in my closet.
Well, the Rourke can just run away with this game, and that happens when.
Remember the power went out, so you might want to just turn it off or turn it on or unplug it and plug it back in.
Lindis is gone. Dynamite don't want Tony Wright having his hands on such a strong damage dealer. And the Joker is the ban for just for fun.
And that's curious for me because it does narrow down the pool of side lane ADCs. And I would have thought they were being a little bit cautious about that because Tony Wright is a side lane ADC player. He still has in the pool Slims and Wisp that he's played. You could also see a Violet come through. But it is possible that he ends up a little bit uncomfortable here.
Wisp.
I'm wondering if Tony Wright knows how to play Morin, because Morin actually worked really well with what he builds on Talonus.
And with the Darcy.
It was a 1-1 score.
Slaughter, yeah, and with Darcy, that'll be actually really great and gonna cause a huge
Jules, thank you for the 200 bits.
Composition.
But we did see him,
Baldwin
the last time these teams met, we did see Tony Wright on a Violet.
You'd like to see this Baldwin ban?
Yes, yep, oh yeah, I already called it. They have to ban Baldwin because Sojin is so good on Baldwin, and that's gonna limit their support options.
Bro, go Crash and you have the same exact team that the other team had, and they have the same exact team the other team had. So the only thing is, it puts the Slayer lane a little bit of because of Richter versus Omen. Arm works too.
We expect to see Tony Wright get either Violet or you proposed a Morin. Could also see Slims come through.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot Tony Wright plays Slim really well. One thing that's interesting too.
Bro, I'm gonna go Wisp. Your ult could do the damage it needs while everyone plays back or plays forward because it's such a long range.
Worth noting.
You'll get a slow, you'll get the damage. So what that does is it helps Teamy Pooty on top of that, and it helps Darcy put his ult on people and his cube. Please go freaking Wisp. Go Wisp. He has a stun. He has damage that hits AoE. And he has an AoE ult that has tremendous range. Oh my lord.
Vicky Zephyrs has been really good. Secret has been picking things up in the last few weeks. He'll get Darcy. I do like this just for fun draft.
I like it a lot. Zephyrs.
I'm not ready to have my heart broken, but I do believe in their draft.
Zephyrs is offensive. He can also play defensive to protect Darcy. But if he lands a death from above, you got the Omen, you have the Teamy Pooty Poot stun, you got Darcy with his
you notice he's not mentioning Slims.
The long-range flying spear stun.
Bro, that long-range flying spear stun is the last thing he mentioned because it's not that good. You have Wisp, who can literally stun more than one person, who literally damages more than one person, and then ults more than one person. You have a character that can reposition every character that he touches with his ult, and you don't pick Wisp? Come on, bro. Wisp and Darcy go great together.
The key here is going to be Sojin. It's the head-to-head matchup. Sojin versus Angelo Zoo here. If Sojin can flicker in there and get the snare onto Darcy, then I see them having a chance. But other than that, it's so hard to get to backline. If you look at their composition, I mean, if Hawaii tries,
it's not better than Wisp. It's not better than the team synergy that they would get from Wisp.
Omen can.
It's just not.
And basically protect the Darcy and the Slims.
If enough pressure can come through that the Darcy isn't able to get out ahead, I can see this just not working. Because we have seen a few times in our personal games and in competitive play, though the Darcy has yet to lose a game, we've seen the Darcy slow down in terms of damage if they're played mid and they fall behind. So,
bro, their whole team, the whole team of Dino Riders is a frontline, bro. All of them. The only one that has a significant get out is Safar. But Arm in, Rook in, Richter in, Marja in. Like, so why would you not use Wisp for easy clump stuns and easy clump damage on your two? And again, you could Darcy, Pooty Poo, and then Wisp ult, and they like literally think about this, bro. Darcy hits a good ult, Wisp hits an ult, Pooty Poo when they try to get out, bro, they're dead. They can't move.
just for fun.
Instead you got Slims that you hope hits a spear to get an attack speed boost, or then he has to hop into something and then halt, or not even hop, just ult, and he has to be close. Like, why would you want to get close to a Richter, an Aram, a Sephara, a Rook, and a Marja? Like, Slims has horribly small range. Which doesn't.
Against the Marja here.
Sorry,
and look at this.
Seeing damage.
Sleepy. I forgot Sleepy is playing Sephara. That might change things a little bit here because we know he's one of the best mid laners.
You know what? Sleepy has to earn that title again. Like I said, he is a really cool dude, but he's had a few lackluster performances recently.
As well as Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii used to be the best jungler in North America, and that things have changed a little bit for him.
He needs to earn that title again. We've yet to see them really. Oh my god. Double bush strap. They're waiting for someone to step out a little bit too far. Vicky leaning forward, doesn't yet have ult available. I don't like that they're taking farm from top fencer.
I like, yeah, but the Zephy's level 4. Vicky's level 4.
Look at the clear of Whis. One hit. If that was Whis, he would have cleared the first 2 minions. And he'd be able to poke out the margin. But now he's look at.
That'll be first blood to Dino Riders, but there's a re-engage. It was Sleepy who was threatened by top fencer and Angelazoo, while Vicky set up for this Abyssal.
Yeah, this is a little dangerous here.
Barry, Yikes is nearby, Sleepy is nearby, Vicky's soloing the Abyssal, it's at half HP.
Nice.
Vicky's low,
there it is. There it is.
Does go to just for
yeah.
Oh,
damn.
Tony Wright is barely alive. He'll need to flicker into the bush, duck back underneath the tower.
Now just imagine if the Wisp was there. He ults everybody that can. They can't get to Dragon because the only person he has to worry about is the Marja. So Marja has to go. I'm gonna say deep. I'm not gonna say the other word because I'm obviously don't want to get in trouble. Dude, are you kidding me? That's a horrible pick.
They're falling behind.
Yeah,
he literally cuts off all those people from advancing. Richter has to go around like he did to cost the extra time, which he was able to get the Darcy because the Darcy's out of position because he backed out. You go to the tower. That was just bad.
Sleepy, but he's in a dangerous position. I don't see how you get out of this, and neither does he. He'll be melted by the close focus.
He's got to be careful there. Even though Darcy is so strong, you're going to use Dimensional Walk once, and if you don't have it to escape and you get CC'd again, he's pretty much dead in his tracks.
Vicky will grab a little bit of mid, and the whole team of Just for Fun is just looking to play defense across the map.
What's scary here, exactly, they're playing defense, but look at the offense, the farm rate of Hawaii. He's level 7 versus Vicky at level 6, and look at the gold difference as well. 2.2k gold to 1.7, that is not a good thing for your jungler to be this behind in just 3 minutes 30 seconds.
We have talked about it multiple times though. This is
you should just trade towers
if they can last.
Okay, Just for Fun is literally. Oh my god.
But Vicky's too far forward. Top
fencer. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Look, bro. He'll need to flicker out.
Look, bro.
Lost so much.
Okay, you're behind on gold.
10 to 1
okay.
Now. You can see
it's 1 to 10, and you're going to try to defend that tower when you have all the team on the top. You just switch the lane and go mid and exchange towers. There's no reason for you to fight that fight, bro.
Just of Dino Riders to really maximize their team damage output.
Just for Fun's win condition is now the 15-minute mark, it feels like.
Definitely, they need to try to get this Darcy to late game because without items, he's not going to do that much damage, unfortunately.
But should they get to late game, Tony Wright starts to be viable. A lot of individual team members start to have a lot of damage.
Oh no.
Angela in trouble again. Vicky will commit with the death from above, but Hawaii just pops the ult. The Resurrect is there. Secret's got a call within
this is free, bro.
The Resurrect doesn't
this is free.
Sleepy just flickers in.
This is super free.
He will survive.
What?
All right, next game. Just surrender. Surrender, please.
From Dino Riders here, and they're just.
They lost the moment they picked Slims.
Once they want to win this game.
The moment they picked, dude, the moment he picked Slims, I called that loss.
Life there was amazing, and the way that
look at that. I love that single target instead of having Wisp.
And also the beautiful snares.
He could have ulted from that damn bush and possibly got 2 people.
This season as well.
If he was Wisp.
Slides in. Steals a little jungle camp away. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Like I said, Sleepy's gone off this game.
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Sleepy's got as
Bro,
much
surrender.
as there have been minutes.
Surrender.
6,000 plus gold differential. Sleepy at 3.6k gold. Hawaii at 4,000 gold. The damage differential is just too much right now, and Just for Fun's got to do their best job to just turtle and try to hyper farm up this Darcy, because Zephyrs is useless at this point, honestly.
You can't surrender? Oh, that's...
All to top
Oh,
right.
Let's just sit back and talk about other stuff.
If they can survive the late game with
He said, the guy on YouTube said, bro, chill. That name is Just for Fun.
But we're talking post 10 minutes at the very least now.
Oof. Dodging that dimensional cube there.
Is the chat not working?
They're all farming up the lane together, playing safe with these rotations.
I don't think the chat is working.
Careful with their positioning.
Wave will crash up top of the full dive. Everyone's around him. Top Fencer's down. The Resurrects are there, but they're just
the chat isn't working on the
Secret
screen.
can't hide either. The Dino
I don't see the chat working on the screen.
And they'll grab another 3 kills.
Yeah, that was insane engage by COZ there. Getting a 3-man knock-up on the Richter, and Hawaii just going in.
Goodness, Vicky, you've got to run. Does get out, but that tower itself will be very low. Tony Wright's got a kill back in his favor, but it's small consolation.
Yeah, it is.
Now the chat is working.
And again, that rotation was so risky. They knew that Dino Riders was rotating through their jungle there, and rotating through their jungle in that position allowed them open to be engaged upon.
No, I just put it up there. That's why.
You cannot do.
I just put the chat up.
Like that. You need to stay next to your high ground towers and just keep.
I just realized it wasn't on.
And killing the waves off,
Tony Wright,
so that you can keep your towers live.
Why can't they read the enemy team? Because they're noobs?
Does get out.
narrow thing. Pushed up Wave all the way in the side lane just to make sure.
Like I said, my knowledge of this game is absurd. Absurd.
Yeah.
But application is something I'm still struggling with. Once I can apply all the knowledge I have for this game, bro, I'll be a lot better.
Soloing the Abyssal Dragon, one of his lovely pastimes that he likes to do.
It's Restream, Will. It's so I could stream on multiple platforms. Go to restream.io, bro. I got you, man. I'll help you with anything you ask. I've been streaming for almost 3 years, bro. I know all the little things.
He has, 5.6 thousand gold. He has pretty good damage right now. He's farming himself up. But honestly, they need to feed Top Fencer. He is the true late game hero of this entire composition here. And Darcy has so much AoE burst damage as well. So if Top Fencer does not get to that late game build, and he doesn't have Apocalypse CJ, he has Boomstick instead.
I do like building Boomstick, but I would build it first if I build, dropping the Phoenix Tear for it.
Lo, you hear that? He said he built Boomstick first. That's exactly what I do for Darcy. I build Boomstick first over Phoenix Tear, aka Orb of the Magi.
They too will be punished. The Drake's overextended, but Hawaii
7-8 months.
Strong, and he'll even have extra damage to scare back the wave. Dino Riders don't crack the high ground.
In Tony Wright we trust, TJ. What an amazing play there, catching out and getting the kill on Richter, and then getting the follow-up kills on the rest of the team there. Man, and the way he disengaged from Hawaii as well, using the flicker at the right moment. This guy is a true beast of an ADC player right now.
Close your eyes and say your prayers, because the Church of Tony Wright has arrived.
Bro, if they lose this shit, the stuff, I didn't get to see that. I was looking at the chat. I don't know what happened.
How he's positioning, the way that he is constantly putting out the DPS on the Slims here. He is not afraid to go aggressive, and also is anticipating the engages of his opponent. Hawaii tried to rush him there with his charge and determination, but guess what? Tony Wright's like, I already predicted you.
Sleepy knows where Secret is.
Yeah, I think I'm like 6-7 months in.
So many members of the team. This is full team fight collapse. Hawaii charges forward. They just want to focus out Secret.
I'm pretty sure it's like, I'm going in the 7th month. GG. Oh no.
Tony Wright stands strong. He's snared. That's dangerous. Tide of Life doesn't confront the kill.
Get carried.
Tony Wright
wow.
them again.
Wow.
It will be
wow.
coming through.
Wow. Wow. Bro, so bad. So bad, bro.
Look at his build, the Bow of Slaughter. I knew it once he got it. He's activating the right time and focusing down.
Oh, Lord.
They need to focus at this point. Dynamite needs to focus Tony right, not top fence.
Oh, Lord.
God. And Vicky missed the death run buff too.
Bro.
That was a really bad
Bro,
engage from
Rook chasing the slams was dumb as hell. Aram ult after everyone is dead, and like, come on, bro. Your initiation is bad. Ruik's not gonna outlast that damage right now. That was a throw, bro.
Still get it. Top fencer though, splitting the focus.
Yeah, they missed their chance there. That's too important. You need to. They wasted so much time.
All of Dino Riders have arrived. Secret's badly isolated on the split push.
Bro, doing it again. Doing it again. Doing it again. Chase top fencer. Oh, Lord.
I don't know that it's enough. They've lost top fencer. Tony Wright's playing this dangerous, but he almost gets the kill on Sleepy regardless.
He is doing so much damage, and look at the top lane here.
CLZ has to defend. Secret gets all the way up to a high ground. Looks like Secret will count his blessings and disengage.
Yeah, very smart from Dino Riders here.
Don't do this. Death from above. If it's timed right, could steal it. The full stun up. It does go over, but Tony Wright's doing so much damage. Sleepy dives him. It doesn't matter. He's able to dodge the
Bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Oh my God.
You've got to be kidding me.
Tony Wright, you are literally a god. That is insane what he just did. The leap of vitality, the flicker, dodging the tides of life. And jumping onto the Marja, even with the Dark Blessing, it doesn't even stand a chance.
Shozen's in the air.
There it is.
Well, this should be the kill. The snare should surely confirm it.
Oh my God, dude.
He has the lifesteal. My God!
Goodness, what is going? He might be able to end the game here. That's a siege minion.
They've got the minions. They've got the tower. There's Hawaii charging the front lines, just focusing Tony Wright. They know if they can get that, they can do it. And they do 3 kills to Dino Riders, and they finally stop Tony Wright's rampage.
Yeah, that was.
No,
insane.
that's not Slim's OP. That's Tony Wright OP.
Did such a good play by rushing and charging onto him and just basically two-shotting him.
What are we witnessing?
Yeah, it's just insane. Like I said, if they took the Enraged Abyssal Dragon and made the right call, they would have won. They would have won this game.
I have literally never seen one player do this much for a team.
I know, it's insane. Top fencer, what are you doing, sir?
This is Tony is literally carrying, bro.
This is bad.
The return engage, 1 minion pushing down mid.
Yeah.
The hope, just for fun, just need to clear it. Stay alive for a moment. Tony Wright is back. The hero is back on the board.
They need to protect Tony Wright and top fencer, but Tony Wright as much as possible here because he's clearly the carry.
14k gold.
Yeah, he is so fed right now. He is full build, and he's finishing the Blade of Affinity. He has another revive.
He has the
up his
Resurrects.
sleeve. Yeah, that is huge. He has 2 Resurrects.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Teamy,
you're right.
and that's going to be massive for him. He can literally clear out the entire team here. Oh!
Hawaii's just waiting. They know Tony Wright's the win condition.
Yeah, where is the eye of the feed here? He needs to use that to reveal in the position of Rourke, because they need to know where Rourke is. If they don't know where Hawaii is,
Angela built Waterstone, doesn't revive the feed.
I know, that's very dangerous actually. They need to know where Rourke is. If they don't find him and he jumps onto Tony Wright, it's over.
If Hawaii is able to engage Tony Wright, if Shozen is able to engage Tony Wright, Dino Riders win the fight. It feels like otherwise, Tony Wright will eventually win.
Okay, Angela, be careful here. Yeah, exactly. And I'm surprised
splitting.
they're not fighting with Omen here. Omen can lock people down with his Death Embrace. Like, they need to leverage that Death Embrace in a team fight. I know he's a solo laner, he can split push, but they gotta leverage that.
If they can get that split push going though, they can just go for Darkslam.
Yeah.
And they know it.
They definitely can. Wow, this is such an intense game, TJ. I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen next. It's gonna come down to can they kill Tony Wright or not. Honestly, that's it. If Tony Wright survives with the Bow of Slaughter, his lifesteal.
Tony Wright too far forward. Stuns don't land. He's able to leap to safety. But the full collapse from Dino Riders the second they see Tony Wright.
Yeah, the key.
Mid lane, top fencer. He's too far forward.
No, what are you
the
doing?
flicker. He's able to dodge the CC. He has the ult cast, but he's bent in aggressively, recommitting to the fight. In the meantime, the Darkslayer's been focused down.
Bad ult, Sleepy. Bad ult. Bad ult, Sleepy.
Tony Wright and Vicky will get the Darkslayer, but Tony Wright's in a lot of trouble. Hawaii full engages onto him. The disengage comes through. He stays alive. Resurrect is bent. Sleepy is low. They've got Hawaii. Tony Wright stays alive. And the commit. They've turned the fight. And Tony Wright stays alive at max HP, slaughtering the entirety of Dino Riders. That might be it.
That was insane. The Resurrects coming out, and that's what exactly they need to do is protect him. Even Top Fencer fell. He actually portaled on top of them, which is very interesting.
It was a stall.
It was a stall, but he could have saw a little more. But Tony Wright, again,
Vicky,
my
secret,
goodness.
CLZ trying to turn the fight. He's too low. CLZ can't do this. The next respawns in 16 seconds.
No
they
way.
have done it just for fun. Take game number 1.
Dude.
What a crazy game. They were being completely decimated the early game and mid game.
When soon as Sleepy ulted, as soon as Sleepy ulted, they lost that fight.
But guess what? Tony Wright was staying right in line with the farm.
He needed that ult to counter the Wisp when Wisp was gonna pop his bow of slaughter. He needed that.
He's Tony Wright. He's done it before.
Oh my God.
Not like that, he hasn't.
Not quite to that extent, no. Just for fun, get the first one over Dino Riders. And Dino Riders came into that game swinging. You could see after Yugen had caught them up from the previous series, Yugen now catching them up in the leaderboard and scrapping with them for that place in the finals. You know, Dino Riders came into this one fighting.
Yeah.
Then they were leading it too.
The funniest thing too, from draft perspective, is Tell Honest would have been better for Dino Riders to play against, because the Slims, the leap of vitality were literally leaps of vitality. I mean, he was dodging everything. Sleepy's wall of the water walls, and then he was also using his flicker at the right moments. He was just too mobile, man. This little rabbit was jumping all over the place, and he couldn't get into him.
He wasn't just dropping a lot of damage like a fed marksman can do.
Right.
He was being so ably controlled. That's where you really got to hand it to Tony Wright. He's not just dropping people well with damage. He's not just doing a sensible build, which is a pretty classic marksman build. He's also flicking at the right time, knowing who he's facing, knowing what he's going to be hit with, and getting out of the way of that. That's really good all-round play.
So that's an honest man worked against him, which is hilarious.
I don't know why Arm does not. Does she have flicker?
Yeah.
I don't know why Arm does not flicker ult Tony Wright, bro.
26 to 13 kills up.
Look,
afraid to engage before. That's
what
that
the way
late
he plays.
game was.
Look at him. It's just. He's just so smart. You know, he falls here, but he's done that multiple times, and he had enough damage to carry his team every single time.
So this entire early game looked so good for Dino Wright.
Bro.
They were dominating.
Bro.
But the whole time, if you look at the gold count, Tony Wright is not engaging in these fights. He's just quietly gaining farm in the side lane. And he's done this before. If you leave him uncontested, he shows up to do this in the late game.
My goodness. Look at his positioning, who he's focusing. Look, Kawhi's going to come run in, and look at what he does.
Why Arm flicker ults anyone else? But Tony Wright is dumb as hell, bro.
This fight
knocks everybody down.
Vicky messes up. Vicky goes too far forward, and Tony Wright manages to stay behind the wall. Hawaii dives him. He melts him. Then the focus comes through with the snare. I thought he was dead, but he activates his bow of slaughter for this 100% lifesteal and just dances through the fight.
Yeah, and his teammates actually missed so many of their abilities, but yet he's able to carry his team to victory, which is just fantastic.
He's going to drop a few now as well.
That was literally a carry, bro.
Worked so well here because they were all concentrated inside the Dragon Pen. He was just able to melt them as a team.
Yeah, and that was so smart. He stayed inside the Lion Tamer because he knew he can't hit by the third one, because the third jump is going to basically stun you. Look at this turnaround with the Bow of Slaughter. That build is crazy. Crazy.
Still got to hit it right. It's not easy to do. Once you've got it, obviously you get this massive steal for 3 seconds, but
this is literally like a highlight video for this man right here, bro.
Apparently, Dino Riders have figured out the only way they win this game is by killing Tony Wright. And
I wish I knew who Arm ulted at that point, bro.
I've never seen, in fact, an Arena of Valor at all. 2 teams mobilizing.
50% of his team's damage.
151,000.
50% of his team's damage. He's literally better than half his team.
No, he did more damage than all 4 of his team members put together. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. But that just shows you the power of one player just playing based on the limits of the hero and the instincts. He knew how to counter every single play. He knew the abilities coming out, how to use the leap of attack at the right time, how to flicker away at the right moment. I mean, it was fantastic to watch this guy play. I mean, wow. It's amazing. And honestly, at the end, like, Vicky helped with some of the Death from Above in that late game team fight that basically distracted them and then protected Tony Wright.
Some of the team fights were really good. Top Fencer pulling people back to keep them safe. There was a lot of work behind the scenes that went through from Just for Fun in order to make that happen. But you can't brush over 13 kills.
Yeah, and Top Fencer at 0 and 7 on this Darcy. Didn't even make a difference in this game. Darcy didn't do much. if you think about it. And
a little bit
still has a 4 out of 4
lackluster
win rate though, 100% win rate still.
To be honest, though, he is a sub. I would be be more surprised if he flawlessly slotted it.
Yeah, that's fair point that we need to make there. We're still seeing some good stuff from Darcy, but yeah, top fencer has a job to do on this team, which is watch Tony Wright run around and kill everybody in front of you.
Yeah,
you're not going to do much.
Yeah, that was literally, dude. Everyone else was trash. Tony said, "Hold on, bro, get in my Slim's backpack right quick." And I can't believe, they don't team fight better, bro.
Dedicates their entire team to keeping Tony Wright safe. They will win every video game they play.
He'll be the Messiah.
I don't understand why Aram does not focus completely on that. I don't. I really don't.
But the key,
Aram was ulting Teamy. She ulted Zeppies. She ulted Darcy.
Yikes, Marja's kind of on the side.
But she never, ever ulted, bro. Ever ulted
with his team.
Slims. And the only time she did, I'm talking about Aram, which is Dr. Shozen. The only time Aram ults to Slims is in a dying effort with Safara. That's it.
No matter, even if they win this next game, Yugen Dynasty can still catch up and can still knock them out of the top 4 for the Valor Series playoffs. If they lose this next game, Yugen Dynasty have caught up.
I like playing on the phone. Mouse and keyboard, I kind of like playing on it, but the only thing that sucks is moving between like moves and skills, like the heal, the flicker, and all that.
Short game anomalies. For a game over 10 minutes, a normal game, then, if you see what I mean, of Arena of Valor, we think Tony Wright's got the highest percentage of damage that's ever been done in the Valor series.
I don't even have a PS4 controller, bro.
I've never seen one person do that much for any team in any esport. That is insane.
In any esport? Oh, we won't go there.
That
gets a bit broad that we need to figure out. What I've never seen is a team that far in the lead on kills.
I have an Xbox controller, but it's wireless, bro.
Who they're facing? 26 to 13 kills. Dino Rider.
All right, so I'm gonna go PP.
I've never seen teams in
I'll be right back.
circling around like boxes.
Sadly, I have no mods here. So
we're gonna move first. Where's Tony? Where's Rourke? Where are these two people? This is all gonna pin on.
There were multiple points.
That was insane, bro.
Especially looking at those replays, they could have actually shut down
like a free
but they were so
cheese pizza and 100 tokens.
So it's interesting to see what Dino Riders do next. I think there's codes coming. Interesting to see what Dino Rider codes are here. Interesting to see what Dino Riders are going to do now that if they didn't already know the Church of Tony Wright is a problem.
Is that how you text?
I hope that's really how you message everybody.
Yes.
I've seen how fast he types, actually. Because on some messaging platforms, it shows when you're on your phone versus your PC.
Yes.
So I know he's on his phone, and he's like writing faster than I can on a PC.
Doing it like that. It's
crazy.
Yeah, I actually use one finger. It's called swiping. You can text that way.
Look, we've managed to get him to go off on a tangent.
I'm
starting to become one of us now.
Technique.
So Dino Riders, if you didn't fear Tony Wright before, which they should have done.
I swipe right on Tony Wright.
If you didn't fear Tony Wright before, you did during that game. So draft-wise, they tried to cut him out of it. You can't ban everything that he can use. We already established
Tony Wright should add to his name, like all the Latin players with Eagles like to do. He's a real 1v9. He's the real 1v9.
Did you say all the Latin players?
Latam players.
Yeah.
they all do run 1v9 as their tag.
Yeah, there's a bit of that going around. He owns it now. Tony Wright can do that.
That was kind of like a 1v9.
50% of his team's damage.
Yeah.
What a Dino Rider is going to do to stay not only in this best of 2 series,
I'm legitimately
but on a path to the finals. They need to get a win.
I do know these Dino Riders players, at least a couple of them I've hung out with, and they tilt.
Yeah, totally. Big time tilt.
This is worrying for me, because if I just lost that game, I'd be pretty frustrated.
You thought you were going to win that game. You had all these kills, you had towers, you had everything in the lead, you had the map control.
You get the dragons.
You lose it against a team you were ahead of, that's tilting. You lose it because of one player you couldn't stop, that's tilting.
Yeah. Let's
just
see.
for fun, get
okay, they're going to ban Darcy. Wait, why did...
Hang on, why have just for fun banned out? That's the wrong
No,
that's
the
team names are momentarily reversed.
But look
that
at
got
this.
you.
They're like, no Tony Wright, no Slims, no Tejas.
We don't even need Slims, say just for fun. We don't want him.
Dino Riders...
Wait, they're going to give... Oh my god, they're going to give Darcy... What are you doing? Just for fun. Don't give Darcy to Dino Riders.
This is actually...
Wow.
Tony Wright asked them to do this.
Really?
Because he figures that he
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, they're not
Okay.
afraid. They're not afraid of
Hold the
Darcy. They're not afraid of top fencer Darcy.
Ooh, that's a
Ouch.
comment, isn't it?
Ouch.
It's all right, they
But
don't want him.
they need to take Darcy regardless, because if they give Darcy with Sephira, that's super scary, honestly.
You're not going to
play
see that
against.
very often, let's be honest.
Maybe Tony Wright's going to play Darcy. He's going to come out with that Darcy dragon lane, solo lane play here, potentially.
I appreciate how excited you are. About
You are rocking out with that thought.
I mean,
it's like a thought that came out of his head.
He
was
looks.
like, oh, yeah,
if Tony Wright were a person, I would think he would look like Darcy.
I reckon Tony
He's
Wright
like, he's like
is a person.
a priest,
I
a
think,
magical
unless
priest.
you're saying he's a bot of some kind.
hero.
He's probably a
said
person.
was
There we
okay
go.
for
Arena
Arm.
Valor hero. That would be Tony Wright.
alt
That's
to
how
Sleepy?
exactly he would look.
To not alt Sleepy, to alt
Coming
Teamy.
from the heavens, the
Because I'm
Archmage
curious on what you
to
said.
save his
You are-
followers from
you-
their impending doom.
We need to stop this
Dimensional
now.
energy.
Tony Wright is
dimensional
more
power.
powerful than Red Bull. So
CJ is all in.
Energy
We
drinks?
need to hold him back.
We're
Bro,
watching.
this team was winning outright and then through, bro.
Open.
They don't have a draft for Tony Wright yet. Saffron does go over to Dino Riders just for fun, lock in Darcy and Teamy as expected. The Teamy will give them a little bit extra to empower their hero if they like it. As you said, they still have Richter open. This Omen looks like will come through first. I'd like to see, just for fun, Rush getting something on Tony Wright. Lindis is still on the cards. If that doesn't get taken here by Dino Riders, and it doesn't, I want to see, just for fun, draft Lindis first.
Yeah, I know it prevents Teamy for ulti, but it doesn't prevent him for
Pretty
Pooty Pooty.
solid
But
for
Teamy wasn't the problem. The problem was
Well, you'd
violent.
expect
The
him to
problem
play in
was
lane rather
Slims.
than jungle.
Slims. So why would you
You'd
focus on
expect him
Teamy?
in lane rather than jungle with Tony
You
Wright?
can do both. With him, yeah, I would expect it in lane, but they don't want to take. They figure.
Not in that situation. Not in that. It was clear who you needed to take care of.
Still have Wisp.
You alt Slims and you murder him.
They can't all be banned out. You still have Milo. They can't all be banned out. So this isn't madness, but I don't know how deep Tony Wright's pool is. I've only seen him play characters that have been banned this cycle.
I am a little scared of the bottom from Sojin though. We know that he plays a very good bottom.
Are
So-
you literally writing Yorn out in the air?
No.
Matt?
Yorn? Yorn's
Nope.
too easy to kill. He
Tony
has
Wright's gonna be
no
Yorn, you
he has no escape. So a little
Tony
risky
Wright doesn't need
picking.
an escape. The Church of Tony Wright is here. You are all in and as a believer now. All right, Zill gets banned out for just for fun.
Target focus. They have strong backline. They don't want anything that can dive in and shut down that backline.
And Rourke, as we know, doesn't work. So they're gonna let Dino Riders have Rourke, honestly.
This is such a focus fire from Dino
Let's
Riders.
have a good look at what's happening here, right?
Ooh,
Dino Riders
Joker.
bans are Slims, Telanus, and Wisp.
Do you think they're worried about a side lane ADC player?
And Lindis.
If this is Morin, I'm going to laugh
There's
hysterically.
Violet. There's Violet or Morn.
Yeah.
Violet or Morn is still open.
They haven't stopped him at
Who
all.
knows? Yeah. This is going to be very interesting to see what he would decide. But it's Morin! And he is
He
the
might as well just
best.
flick through all the other ones that are remaining and just troll
He's
Dino
the
Riders right
best
now.
hero with that slow botter build. That slow of slaughter botter.
Bow of Slaughter.
Build.
Why is he the best hero with the Bow of Slaughter?
Because he has precision. His passive gives him extra lifesteal. So with Bow of Slaughter, he can get over 100% lifesteal. And the longer he's in battle, the more shots he takes off. So he's
he
literally
gets damage
unkillable
reduction.
once he stacks. Yeah.
So the only thing that's going to kill Tony Wright is too much health.
Yep.
He's literally just going to explode.
You'll be happy now.
Ah,
Yorn.
You said that so.
Yeah.
Sarcastically?
There you go.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Oh, Nakra.
I don't think this is it. I think Dino Riders may have had a moment.
Interesting.
Because
Oh.
you're
Bro, this dude needs to stop playing
any of
only
this makes
Rook.
sense. Vicky probably ends up with the Zephyrs again.
There you go.
But
I'm not a fan of the Zephyr. Vicky has missed so many different
Dude,
loves.
why is he playing Rook on a
Vicky
Teamy,
looks good
bro?
on the Zephyrs. It looks really good.
He should have went. He should have went either
Dino Riders have actually ended up with the worst draft.
Knack
And
to
not
get so he could backline the Morin.
Morin.
He should have went.
Darcy in play.
Hold
And
on,
also
let's look at
because
the
they have a Yorn that
actual
they
picks he
can
could have
attack
went.
against a pretty significant amount of dying.
Deals that on the board.
Yep.
I think once again I signed with the Just for Fun draft, and last time I said that it took a while, but they did win.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and this
side
one looks
for
more so, I think.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna side for
Nakaroth.
Just for Fun too because Dino Riders is leaning towards.
Hell, honestly, you can go Batman since all you got to do is kill Tony Wright.
Like a 30-degree angle,
more. I think.
40, 50.
Yeah, I would say 55.
Oh,
Oddly
I'm glad you were
specific.
quite so precise that 50 wasn't enough. 60 would be going too far. As much as I love Yorn and I do enjoy playing as Yorn, I don't see why he's here. No, I mean realistically.
No, Quillen will destroy him. Quillen will destroy the Yorn unless CLZ's Omen comes and CLZ Omen.
It would either be Nekaroth or Batman, because all you have to do is go behind.
Yeah, but Shoujin's Bolden is pretty solid.
Yeah. Shoujin's Bolden needs to.
Bro, they should have won in like the 8-minute mark. The Dino Riders, but they lost the top tower to the bad. Dude, if you go relook at that fight, right? When they go to try to take the top tower on the Slayer lane side, they ult Zeppies. They don't ult Tony. They ult Zeppies. I'm talking about Dr. Shoujin on Arm. Arm ults Dr. Shoujin. Teamy gets a pooty poot like that. Like the prioritization is absurdly wrong, and now they know who the prioritization is, and that's why they have a full ban on just that player.
Stop that right now. So Dino Riders against the Church of Tony Wright, and just for fun.
Dino Riders.
So here's just saying, doesn't matter the characters, just kill Tony and win. Tony's teammates saying, "What did we do to you?"
Dedicated to their golem. A good invade from both sides again.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing they did game 1.
Bro, that was a literal carry in a semi-professional setting, or professional, quote-unquote professional setting. So if someone's doing it in a professional setting, I think the problem is just Tony Wright.
Well, it's just one serving, and that means that AngelAzu should be able to disengage successfully. If Top Fencer is a little bit of a better performance this game, holds his own in lane against Sleepy, which is a tall order, given how good Sleepy is at the video game. But if he's able to hold his lane against Sleepy, that actually looks very good for the team.
I was just thinking that, TJ. If Top Fencer plays just a little bit better on this Darcy, then Dino Riders in big trouble. Like, huge trouble if he plays this Top Fencer this Darcy a little more safely, positions well, and then use it to protect his team and do tons of burst damage.
And I'm actually a little bit... I think in anyone's hands but Tony Wright, and Tony Wright does change this equation a little bit, but I like the more and more than the Slims.
Yeah, it depends. I think with the Slims, it worked really well.
If Teamy has Waterstone, yes, it will feed him, yes.
But look at this.
Vicky caught out, burned down, Shoujin gets first blood alongside Hawaii, and actually it might be more. AngelAzu's in a lot of trouble.
Yo, pop that, pop. Oh, you can't make him feel the sun. Dude, he doesn't have 4, otherwise he can't make a...
Yeah, they gotta be careful, especially Vicky there.
What the hell are you doing?
As well. Turn level 4.
Are they gonna be able to kill it in time?
And then boom,
what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Bro, oh my god. Dude, Yorn pulled the damn thing out so far that it reset the dragon.
Maybe it's not 56 degrees.
But they did get that Abyssal with no real contest. They did get a kill. That does mean it's an early goal.
Oh, they're gonna feel the sun! I can't wait. I hope he makes it happen, bro.
His passive allows him to get up to 26.
I know, right? 200 IQ dragon.
And it allows him to move a little fast too. You see,
bro, why in the hell did he ult?
Pop out 2 shots.
Cool.
So once he gets to late game build, Morin is actually the most powerful ADC, I think, late game. In the game, I believe,
in terms of damage output. That Yorn recall animation is actually obnoxious. There is so much going on there. Yeah, no, you're right. Late game Morin is one of the most powerful in the game. Shoujin, though, one of the most powerful supports in the game. Good engage. Secret needs to get to safety. The jungle strike. CLZ needs to dive. He might not live. He barely will. And Vicky's nearby. The death robot misses, but the follow through does not.
I love the dodges coming out there, and he knew that Vicky was going
to
jump
just
that
leave.
Away. But look at this, the mid lane. Top Fencer struggling yet again on his Darcy, and that's something that we should not be seeing.
AngelAzu goes down.
What's Top Fencer's build, bro?
Ooh, that hard shot.
Yeah.
Phoenix
that
team?
hard shot could have landed so close there.
Playing with my heartstrings.
He needs to go. He needs to go boomstick first.
Correct. I just noticed that. Great call out there, TJ. And he is 1.8k, so he's staying right in the game along with his opponents, and that's going to be the key because that's what happened. You can see the impact barrage and the rush.
No, he was fighting. He wasn't trying to move out.
Gets those stats.
He tried to fight because he understood he had to bang him out to make the Zeppies not sit on there and beat on them.
See Tony Wright push forward. He's in the bot lane. Hawaii did try and run at him, quickly reconsidered his position.
Bro, you shouldn't even get near Safari. You could, bro, your lane clear is better than Safari's. You just use your 2 and you stay under, you stay like right next to your tower. You're safe. What do you mean? You shouldn't even get poked by Safari. And then when Safari tries to 2 you, you just won safely to your tower. What do you mean, bro?
Andrew's impression from the bottom lane. Tony Wright will lay in a lot of damage, but almost gets caught in the wild prison. Now Chosen charges forward and will be melted by the first few shots out of that Morin that we've seen this game. Down to half HP, but a survival one. Sleepy in mid does get ulted by Top Fencer, who might have overextended. He has to burn the flicker to stay alive.
Yeah, this is so... Wow.
Oh.
If he got Death Beckon, it would have been over.
Oh, he almost got clapped, bro.
And that would have been the end of Mr. Top Fencer's Darcy. Yeah, Tony Wright, I love his positioning and where he...
Yeah, Teamy's Waterstone right now.
His movement is so interesting. He just
Well, I don't know if they're... I don't think they're going to go past Waterstone. I think they'll eventually sell the Waterstone.
But that's all. Mid lane,
I'm pretty sure they'll eventually sell the Waterstone to get Ring. Hopefully.
Team, but he gets out. Okay.
How does Tony Wright know that he's going to be rushing? Oh, look at this.
It might not be enough. The full damage, the flicker, it doesn't save him. A 3-man
See, now
enough to take him down.
He bought the full item last game.
Well, Chosen's pulled back though, and this could turn disastrously wrong.
Oh no.
Top Fencer's able to combo with Mickey for first blood. The tower does fall.
Oh, there. There's a swing. No, oh my god, this Yorn is trash.
Is there. No one else from Just for Fun falls.
That was so close for Vicky.
How does Yorn miss? Dude, there's 3 people. You can literally, dude. I'm kind of a Yorn connoisseur. That was a bad ult, bro.
Top tower does get picked up by Secret, chained in by the Death's Embrace, but
go comment on whose ult or whose video.
That's gonna be suicidal trade, but you'll probably accept that.
Yeah, it's not a bad trade for a tower there. Hawaii's gonna get another kill potentially here.
Bro, that shit.
You can't win this. Die to the tower at least, save some dignity. I think that's the theory. Oh, the retaliate.
Yeah. At least he knows how to play this. And the fact that he's able to take a tower away from COZ, that's impressive.
My chat broke again?
For Secret
Let me see.
Got some secrets for us.
They wanted to poke maybe at Sleepy as well, but couldn't get the forces together in time.
Tony Wright has his Clap Sancti. He's going to go ahead and push towards that slow botter.
Bow of
Slaughter next. And that's going to be a huge one once he finishes that build. And oh no.
He can't do this.
Tony.
No, it's there.
They're going to try and just kite it out. There's the Wild Prison to make sure that it can't be picked up. The Abyssal returns, resetting. Very well played by Show.
Okay, feel the sun. Make him feel the sun. Dude, you see where they're running. Hit. Oh my god. Dude. Never mind.
Just for fun, maybe the answer's been found.
Yeah, I love the way Hawaii's playing there. That charge bolt, once he rushes into a hero, guess what? You're stunned. And that's how he's able to get a full scatter shot into Morin there, and Morin just explodes. And they gotta protect him better, because if Hawaii continues to get on like that, Tony Wright's gonna have a
congratulations, big boy.
And that's why Slims is so good, because he can just jump away.
Yeah, Morin doesn't have that mobility.
Morin needs to stack his passive for him to be able to move quick enough to escape there.
Look at how much there is going on with the Yorn animation.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, but there's like a lot.
It's like
Don't you think it's a bit much?
I think, is that like, you know, the dragon from Dragon Ball Z, you know?
No, why? Why?
Oh, Tony Wright, again, the focus. He doesn't get the disengage through. He's gone again. And
they all walked away, bro. They all walked away from Hawaii as he just ran a beeline to Tony Wright, bro. But look at the rest of the team is doo-doo. So it doesn't matter. The rest of the team is literal doo-doo.
How he's able to collapse there. They're going to continue to push his mid lane there, TJ.
Top Fencer does have good wave clear. If they can time it right, they can survive. The Wild Prison shows that's gross. They'll keep Vicky out of the fight. Stop.
Why? Why, Chosen? Why? Oh my god. No, that's not worth. That is not worth.
Can they get and make it there in time?
That was a horrible move by Bolton. There's no reason to do that, bro.
I'm hoping Top Fencer can step it up a little bit, because they really need him right now.
Yeah, especially with the preacher of their church struggling. Tony Wright unable to find the success he did last game. They're really dedicating a lot to power farming him, putting with this Waterstone teaming, just to extra farm him.
Okay, they're Tide Marker teaming.
Blitzblade instead of the Bull Slaughter here.
Higher attack speed.
Yep, higher attack speed, some attack damage as well. Yep, the AoE will help as well.
But that does mean he's a little bit short on lifesteal for now, which was something we put as his primary focus.
Yeah, and that's what he needs to survive, is that lifesteal that he had last game.
GG. GG.
The focus.
GG.
He should go down, and he does. Tony Wright's chased down by the
Do not focus, and the Rook needs to not focus anybody, and I do mean anybody but Tony Wright, bro.
Full commit to it anyway. Top Fencer simply doesn't have the damage. He'll be focused down. A double kill to Yikes, and the focus is here.
Wow.
Dino Riders have the wave.
Feel the sun!
Number 2.
Just like that, Dino Rider turns it around. They combat their 56-degree tilt and is able to come back in this game. And Hawaii died in that fight, but they were able to turn around. Sleepy doing so much damage from behind. And of course, that Death's Embrace onto Tony Wright. The Resurrect wasn't even enough. They waited for him to come back, and then they took care of Tony Wright, and that's the story. I mean, Tony Wright was shut down, and as a result, the Church of Tony Wright was not able to be built.
Do you know what the counter is to Tony Wright? Yawn. Knew it all along. It's always going to be yawn.
You're statistically right, but also weirdly completely incorrect.
I'm glad you think that's weird. I'm glad you think it's weird that I'm completely incorrect.
The strong focus there from Hawaii was really fun to see. Because we just said, you know, they're a little bit emotional players. Maybe they get tilted, but no. They
I think Top Fencer's a good guy and smart, but he played like absolute trash right now.
The name of what went wrong and hyper-focus it in game number 2.
From my understanding, Top Fencer's supposed to be jungle.
It seemed like in game number 1 they'd figured
But
it
for
out.
right now,
he's
was supposed to be jungle in a team that I was on.
No need to worry about that.
But he's playing mid lane.
Performance from Dino Riders, but yeah,
after a game is fun to see.
It's not rude, bro. He's trash, bro. It's not. Bro, you just watched him play on a pro team and got destroyed. He played like trash. It's trash. It's not being rude. It's being true. Just like Tony was understood. Tony played like a god. So what they do, they focus Tony. Why did they focus Tony? Because no one on the team is worth focusing. So they took the time to smash the only concern, which was Tony Wright. They were literally beelining until that last fight, Tony Wright. So it has nothing to do with being rude. It's truth. It's the reality of the situation. Their win condition was smack the hell out of the one guy that was good on the team so I can get a W. And they did it. And they did it convincingly.
Dino Riders aren't guaranteed safe. If Yugen Dynasty perform well tomorrow, they could still catch up depending on how Dino Riders themselves play. Yugen Dynasty needed 2-0 to do that. Dino Riders need to be a little bit sloppy. Shozen himself did have a good performance this game number 2, and I'd like to highlight that. He did well during game number 1.
It's not rude.
Good wild prisons, good
it's not rude.
Charges. And Hawaii
okay, here, how about this? How about this, since you're trying to be politically correct about it? He's a trash mid laner.
Resetting the Abyssal that possibly could have given the goal difference back to just...
Yeah, he's a trash mid laner. There, situation. Semantics solved.
That is a little bit of an ignominious end for the character's streak, but yeah, no, the substitute player.
Look at that damage! Oh my goodness!
Look at that focus from Hawaii.
Yeah, again, Vicky needs to be there for Tony Wright. If Zephyrs is there, Zephyrs can help.
I'm gonna say this again, and I said this yesterday in my rant. If you're gonna be put in a certain particular lane with a certain particular character, you should be learning that certain particular lane and that certain particular character. They're pros, bro. You understand that shit? They're pros. And as a pro, you need to learn your shit. All right. So whatever you play. Doesn't matter whatever you play. I was picked up as Slayer. What did I do? I practiced excessively the character in the lane that I was supposed to use so I could be sufficient enough to participate in my team's play. So I learned Richter. With your guys' help, I learned Omen. I learned Arden. I learned who else did I learn in the top? I already know fucking
game number 1.
I learned Roxy. I learned Max. I already know Melik. I learned Marja. I learned Omar.
Very good.
I learned Scud, and I have one of the best Scuds in my damn chat. I'm a god Florentino. I learned Varys, which I'm not very good with her, but I still practicing with her. Dude, and I learned Ari. That is your job. That is a job, bro.
All 4 key ADCs that Tony Wright could have played really well.
Does everyone need to do that now?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see the bans roll in like that.
Is part of playing Tony Wright banning literally every ADC in the meta now?
I know we don't rely on game ratings very highly, but Tony Wright getting a 3.0 there and being the bottom of that, and a couple of him and the Darcy.
Bro,
the top fence of both
if you can't play Darcy, don't play Darcy.
Yeah, that's
there's a reason why you and like Darcy mid lane isn't that strong. It's not that strong, so you switch. You pick a character that you feel more comfortable with.
In the meta is viable. The second somebody else on that team can carry as well, then spending all your bans getting rid of one focus suddenly loses you the game.
Yeah, I mean, you have 4 bans. You can't spend them all on one player.
Or sometimes you have to.
Bro, there's a difference between doing bad and being trash. And I think you're misunderstanding that difference right now.
Put a cross, right. His new name.
That you don't understand that difference. When you're going 0-7 in your first game as Darcy, who is a strong mage, that's trash. If you're contributing to the character to your team by getting damage, by setting up characters' deaths, by ults, by doing a good amount of poke, then you just had a bad game, or you're not that familiarized with your character. 0-7 is trash, and I don't even know what he went in this game. Was it 0-7 again? Because if you go 1-15, which I think he did, that's trash. If you have 20k damage in both games, that's trash. All right, that's dumpster doo-doo, bro. That's baby diapers after they had their peas and carrots from their Gerber their Gerber jar, bro. You understand what I'm saying? That is doo-doo. You can't give excuses to professional players when you go 1-15 and 40,000 damage as one of the top mages in the game. I'm sorry, you don't get a pass. You don't.
Laners like Lilu, etc. You have to shut them down, and that's exactly what Dynasty did in Game 2 to win the video game, like TJ likes to say. But again, that's Dims is probably one of.
Okay, so we specified that he's a trash mid laner.
3 seasons.
That's it.
Seriously, Tony Wright, you're a god. Continue to play, and.
I don't think he's bad as a whole. I think he's a great ADC, but they have him in mid-mage, so you got to learn to play mid-mage. And if that team actually practiced and allowed him to play mid-mage, then he probably wouldn't be a trash mid-mage.
And that is the best AoV play I've seen.
Ooh.
That was legitimately really good. I don't think because factoring in the fact that the Slims is out of meta, like, I have not seen one person do that much. And that doesn't, to be clear, I'm not saying Tony Wright is the best player in the world. I think part of that comes from the fact that the other best players in the world are on better teams.
Bro.
Are on world-class teams that are competing for the world title in many of the Asian regions. So the disparity between them and
bro, and you should be able to play him, though.
To see Tony Wright be able
he should be able to play him. And if you can't play him, you have to express that fact. Going 1-15 is not okay.
Twice as many kills as the other team, and it's 26-13, and it's late game, and it's all been going your way.
I really wish I saw the stats at the end. I didn't see them.
I mean, you can be over-aggressive. I've seen teams push too hard, get wiped out, and the game will fall all the way back the other way before they've respawned. I've seen that when you're in the lead, you just push too much. I've never seen a team scared to fight at all.
What's up, Kenny? I see you, bro. Kenner Diaz.
Being really, really cautious about when we're going to go in.
But that's where you lose. If you want to play defense late game, you're not going to win with the offense is what wins, especially against a hyper carry like Tony Wright.
Yeah.
You know, they need to go in with Hawaii, and that's like a big lesson, and they learned in game 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Volcanic. Game number 2.
Volcanic.
Okay. So those games for today's NA region were 1-1 between Yugen Dynasty and Enix, and between Just for Fun and Dino Riders, which means not a lot of progress from these teams over each other in terms of getting to the finals.
Yeah.
BM Gaming, previously Pride Stark Empire.
Well, if you watch that match and you're not familiarized with the 4-14 Just for Fun, then you just realize that everyone on the team but Tony Wright is trash. Would you not say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, so Enix are on tied for wins with GMB now, but I say GMB have a series in hand and will play tomorrow. And Dino Riders still in 4th, Yugen Dynasty still 1 behind them.
Howdy! Howdy!
That hasn't changed very much there.
Keeps it close depending on the results of their next game. because they both have one more game. It is still possible you can manage to get in, but they have a tough series ahead.
Yeah.
Yo. What's good? How you doing? Welcome to the channel, bro.
Europe, Latin America, and North America. And for some of the teams in the Valor Series, that's their 20 games completed. That's
bro, that guy in the velvet ass, tiny fucking midget, ball-headed suit on the side, bro, that he looks so out of place. He does not belong there. They need to bring that other guy back with the smooth hair, bro. I forgot his name.
The teams who are going to make it to finals out of these scraps that we've seen, who are going to top these regions. That's something I'd really like to know if you think it's determined, if you're that confident.
Yeah, Jump. They need to bring Jump back, bro.
Seeding is going to matter when we get to the finals at 6th and 7th of April in Sydney.
Yeah, I saw the 100 bits. I actually got, did I get more than 100 bits? I got to do some, I got to do some workouts when I start this shit. I got to do some workout when I start the stream back up for Arena of Valor. So when I start it up, I'll do the workouts. But I turned off my notifications because I didn't want them to interrupt the show. Tactical Underground, thank you for the Prime subscription. Mark Cudis, thank you for the follow. Xavier, okay, thank you for the subscription. And then Jules, thank you for the 200 bits. And then Enanuma too, thank you for the bits. I'll get on the workout thing right now.
The new BMG and the old BMG fight out.
What do you mean he left Valor Series? Where'd he go?
It's going to be a really fun day, especially in North America, especially in Europe, because like you said, those top teams are duking it out. A preview perhaps of the regional finals.
Yes, I'll be streaming my regular Arena of Valor instruction. Hopefully I get some help because yesterday, even though I was playing Florentino, people were really, really bad and it really, really hurt my feelings. So if I can get some actual help, that'd be great.
Good, you can give it to me for tomorrow.
But yeah, I mean, I just gave you like real fucking So, oh, let me turn this down. All right. So one of the things, I can turn my camera on and everything now. Hold on. Turn the desktop off. I'll click that. All right. So I'm gonna end this with my camera up and talk to you guys. So. I woke up, my power was out today, so that's why I didn't bother getting up. My power was out, it sucked, I slept, I needed it, I wasn't really sleeping well this morning. I went to bed literally like 4 times this morning. It was really rough. But I want to say something. My knowledge of this game is vast, and I'm pretty sure you heard it when I was talking and understanding. Tony Wright, the only thing I gotta say in regards to what just happened right now is obviously on my commentary and what I noticed about the team composition and the picks and what they did. Here's what I have to say. Tony Wright was the problem and the solution for their team. So because he's a problem because they understand that if they kill him, there's no one else on the team who's going to help. He's a solution because if they don't kill him, he's going to win that thing. He picked Slims when I felt he should have picked Wiz. I still stand by that. But damn did he play absurdly good, and they didn't make the adjustments. I literally felt like the team threw when they were targeting Teamy, Zeppies, and who was it? I think they had Sfar. Like, you don't do that. You don't, like, if you just saw somebody team wipe you not once but twice, and then you allow it a third time, you're just a bad team. You must adjust. You must understand what the win condition is, and the win condition was simple. You ult Tony Wright. You get rid of him. Period. You do and if he gets Teamy ulted, okay, fine. Deal with that again though. But he won't come back full health. And his bow and slaughter will most likely have been used because I already started that fight. You must target the problem, and that's what they did this time. And I don't even see if he had bow and slaughter on Morin. And and honestly, picking Morin when you could have picked Violet is crazy as hell to me. I understand that you can get out with this one. I understand he has pushback. I understand that he has an ult that he could push back into and clean up. But Morin is a super late game character. No reason to do that. He didn't pick Yorn, and then I was really happy to see Yorn because I feel Yorn is underappreciated. Honestly, since what he did with Slims, he could have picked Valheim, but again, falls off late. But he could have picked Violet, who got super good late. And he couldn't pick anyone else. So, dude, Morin's a trash pick. I'm sorry. Like, Tony obviously is absurdly good, but Morin's a trash pick. And it was really good to see those teams do certain things, and it was really bad to see those teams do certain things. Know when you can and when you should follow somebody, when you should tower dive, when you shouldn't tower dive. I forgot who did it. It's Sephara with YD, and they threw that game. Like I think it was the first game they threw, or no, they won the first game, and then the second game, the E&D. So I forgot who it was. And don't pick Tolan into tanky composition. Like, what are you doing? Don't pick Tolan into tanky composition. That's just dumb. He has to, dude. Tolan has to move around the people and do damage close. He doesn't have a tremendously long range. That is a bad character. And what they had, they would have been extremely better with Natalia. They could have used Rats because he could have got in and out. And then who else did I say? I mean, Flash would have been okay, but he wouldn't have been the damage. And Kali. Those would have been way better picks for that team competition. So I really hope you guys understand from what I was saying and what I was giving you, that like this game is not just about being good with your character, but being good and understanding who you should pick in the situations. I'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully I actually will be up for all 3 series. But yeah, if you want to learn stuff and if you have any questions, like, I really can't help you with that stuff. I eat, like I said, I eat, drink, and sleep and shit, AOV. So have a good night. I'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to start streaming Arena of Valor. I'll be in Discord for those people that want to team up with me for what's it called? Jannar isn't underrated, bro, but it's just Jannar. I think Jannar is super counterable. You know what I mean? Like when the team fight happens, like his damage isn't like it's not absurdly good. Like I think if you get fed early on, it can work. But just remember, most of the fights happen in the middle, so you're not going to get all the gold and all the XP that you're usually going to get. If you look at the majority of teams has the enemy support in one aisle or on one side of the bush or the other. So you're not going to be able to do what you want to do with Jannar. Jannar's not going to be fed like you want him to. Like when you fight noobs, Jannar's going to do what he does because no one's rotating. No one's coming to harass Jannar early on. So Jannar gets free farm, which is free XP. And then when he moves over for the dragon, he's already 3.5, if not 4. So Jannar is already going to have an advantage over his opponent, which allows him to obviously feed, as long as your team is doing the good poke and damage that allows Jannar to do what Jannar does, which is go all in. So Jannar is not good in a team composition because he won't have that. He just won't have it. So that's why Jannar is not good. That's why I always say Natalie is extremely good when you have a good heavy front line and you're picking Tolan. You're picking Tolan? Bro, as soon as who is it? Baldum flips people into you, so you get a free slow and you get a free damage. Bro, Natalie's 2 at level 1 is a clear. It's a damn near clear on minions. At level 2, she has the fastest clear in the game. That she throws 2 things, it's over. Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Use your head. Pick people that have team synergy. And Tolan, to me, you only pick Tolan, like I said, I want to say this again. Tolan is only really good versus like the Nets, the teamies and stuff like that because they're squishy. He can murder them for not being Lumbar, Crash, Yabeneth, and who else is Thane, bro. And even if you were to pick Tolan early, you just pick a early thing. You got your boots and you got your thing, and then your next one is either go Gaia because you get HP regen off your damage. You have magical resistance. You shut down the Tolan early. The ADCs, if they're not super range, like what's the name? Tally. Like what is there? Yorn requires you to go all in, so you could have your which Rook. You can have Nakaroth. You can have Zeppies dive him and kill him for that. So you saw what Slims does once he gets bow. So that leaves Wiz. Wiz can get in and out. She's safe. Great distance on AoE. It's like, bro, how do you not know these things when you're a pro team? It's crazy to me to see the picks and the composition that were happening today. So, again, overlook the video if you want to learn stuff. There were some things that the caster said that were like dumb moments, and then like, what are you talking about moments? Like they were saying, oh, they did good. They overextended, and I called it out. So I understand casters can't be as liberal as I am because they're on a platform where they can't cuss and talk crap, but they got to be neutral. I don't have to do that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and what it is. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Join Discord if you want to do the thing. And if we have enough people as usual, we'll do a couple of games of 5v5s, like stream 5v5s for fun. And yeah, have a good night or good morning, whatever you're at. Good afternoon.